Scion's ready.
I'm ready.
Abel's ready.
Gustav!
Abel's ready.
Yeah.
Abel's ready.
Yes.
Abel's ready.
To cry, apparently. What are you doing to him?
Yeah, what's going? You need to speak up there, Sonny. I can't hear you.
I am ready.
Okay, great.
That's the most emotion I've heard in Abel's voice in a long time.
Yeah, pretty much.
I will kill Vincent one day.
Stop saying these words, you're putting Philly at risk.
Kill Philia. Kill Philia.
Is that something that you're writing for the play, Sam?
Mm-hmm.
Because Patrick doesn't exist, he's only Philia.
She's just speaking out against me because I killed a D&D character. Okay, I'm ready. Let's play D&D.
Let's go.
Okay. Let's do this thing. It's just my ears. The music like really quiet.
It is very quiet.
It's just you.
What's that about?
I don't know. Do you have it turned down somewhere in a mixer?
Maybe Chrome is turned down? No? Whatever. Alright, so, last session, you guys had recuperated somewhat from your crazy battle in the town of Farhelm. You were all gassed by this crazy stuff, and you all recouped, met up with Ewain Wyvernspear, made your way out of the city before it was put on complete lockdown, and found yourselves on the open road, headed towards the capital city of Cairn. You guys had lots of discussions with Ewain, talked about bunch of different things, kind of got to know each other a little bit better, and figured some stuff out. But, I mean, at the end of the day, not an insane amount happened last week besides that. Eventually, you guys found your way to a nice little camping spot along the side of the road where you all tried to convince Teak to take a bath once you get to Cairn. And after a very long day of traveling and battle and murdering a bunch of people and Gustav becoming the Butcher of Farhelm, you guys settled down for a long night's rest. You had a little encampment with your carts and your horses, and Teak was sleeping up in the tree, and everyone else was in their tents down below. And if I recall correctly, our old pal Gustav was taking first watch here, right?
Yes.
Alright, Home Slice, let's see your perception check. Not bad. Not bad at all. Alright. So, Gustav, what are you doing during your watch?
I guess... Are we keeping the fire going?
I don't know, you tell me.
I guess so, because I can't see otherwise. Like keeping warm by the fire and, you know, maybe every now and then doing a brief perimeter. Try not to make too much noise. Just thinking about all the stuff that's happened.
Alright, keeping it pretty tame, huh?
Yeah.
Try to take it easy.
That's the goal.
Interesting.
You get shot and you die.
After a rather uneventful watch for you, your time is up. Who do you wake up to take your place next?
I guess we hadn't really sorted that out. But from memory, it was Eric and Cinder who weren't too messed up. So I will go wake up Cinder.
Alright, Cinder, it's the middle of the night. You're peacefully asleep in your tent and get a slight nudge that rouses you from your sleep.
What is it?
I'm just changing watch. You up for it?
Alright.
Thanks.
And I go and watch.
Alright, roll me your perception check. Alright, not terrible. What do you do during your watch, Cinder?
During my watch, I try to find a tree, and then just kind of like lean up against it, but try to be like a little bit out of sight towards the campsite. So I'm looking over the campsite.
Okay. So you're sitting up in a tree, hanging out,
Yeah.
just looking over the campsite. You have the fire going still, or you let it die down?
I mean, probably like restart it back up and then head to the tree. And then if it dies, it dies.
Okay. So you spend a good amount of time up in this tree. And not a whole lot is happening, you know? It's a kind of a calm night. Pretty chill, not even a lot of noise coming out of the woods. Just kind of hanging out in this tree. And probably towards the end of your watch, you don't really see much. A kind of breeze blows through the camp. You see some like leaves rustling, the flames kind of flicker as the wind blows by them. Who are you grabbing for the third watch? Or are you planning on keeping watch until morning?
I'll go grab Eric.
Okay. So yeah, you jump down off the tree and head towards Eric's tent. Kind of rouse him from his sleep. As
what's up,
you're
what's up?
rousing Eric, and you hear off in the distance just a cough, but nothing too out of the ordinary. Sounds like it's just coming from maybe Wayne's tent.
Ignore it. Eric? You awake?
Yeah? Yeah, I'm awake. What's happening?
You're up for watch now?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And I go back to my tent.
Okay. So you rouse Eric from his sleep and kind of head back off to your tent. Eric, can you roll me a perception check?
I sure can.
All right. Make a couple rolls here. All right, yeah. So Eric, you're kind of, waking up from your sleep. Cinder's headed off to bed. And at first you kind of hear this like hacking. And then eventually you notice it starts turning from a hack into into this kind of constrained, almost choking noise.
Eric will slowly walk over.
Okay, slowly walk over. Let me make a couple more rolls here.
As in cautiously, not to be heard kind of thing.
Oh, okay, you're trying to sneak.
Yeah.
Alright, roll me a stealth check, homie.
Oh shit.
Alright, so you're cautiously trying to approach this this tent.
And he's gonna be Lord Erda? Oh, Erda?
Wow.
Wyvern Spear?
What a piece of shit. Lord Erder.
Wyvern? Is everything okay in there?
You just hear the continuation.
He's gonna run in.
Alright. So, you burst into Owain's tent. And you find him there, on the ground. He looks like he's just in his normal clothes for the night. And you see he's got his hands clasped around his neck, and it looks like he's choking, but you don't see anything there. He's just sitting there kind of choking.
Can I try and give him CPR, Heimlich maneuver or anything?
Sure.
Should I do the medicine check? Heal check?
Yeah, go ahead. Roll me a...
He's also gonna yell out what's happening? What's happening?
Okay. So as you run over to Owain to check on him, you kind of approach him, but as you do, you notice that there's some sort of presence there, and you try and move closer, but it's blocking you. It's like you're bumping into something, but you don't see a thing.
He's gonna start yelling
Okay.
for everyone to wake up.
All right. Yeah. So you start screaming for everyone to wake up, and I think you all probably are quickly awoken by Eric. Eric, what are you saying? What are you screaming?
He's
What's going on here?
He's choking! And he's gonna be oh, I can't get to him! Help me.
Okay.
Shit, he's fucked.
Great. So yeah, Philia, Gustav, Cinder, Teak, you're all kind of awoken by the sounds of Eric screaming for help as Owain's choking, and as soon as you're woken, you also kind of hear these gurgling noises. They're pretty loud at this point.
Okay.
If this is
Fly
a
over
magic
there.
device...
Teak is gonna scramble out of the tree and she's gonna get into the tent. She probably won't use the entrance. She's probably gonna slash through it with her claws and just enter.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm gonna try and go around whatever it is, try and get inside whatever's blocking me.
Okay. At this point, I think I'll have you all roll for initiative.
Ooh. I can't see my token, so.
You can just drag it out onto the main page.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
For once, I'm higher than other people. Guess it makes sense since I'm here.
Damn, Cinder with them
Oh
rolls.
shit, Cinder.
That's right.
Cinder really popping off.
He a reactive boy today. Yeah.
Until he
He already heard it.
until he has to draw
He
his
was already
weapon.
suspicious.
Cinder hasn't slept yet. He's just been in his tent practicing stealth.
Exactly.
Okay, Cinder. You're aroused by these noises and the screaming of Eric and all this stuff, and you kind of burst awake in the middle of the night, and you're quick to act.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll go out the tent and over to old man's tent.
Alright, yeah, I mean, his tent isn't far from yours, probably only a solid 10 or 15 feet, so you have plenty of time to move over there.
Alright. So I'll move in and first thing I'll do is try to get to him.
Alright. Just throw this in here real quick for myself. Okay, so you burst into the tent and you see Eric kind of standing there, not sure what to do. It looks like Eric is like trying to get to Owain, but there's just kind of like this presence there that's kind of stopping him. He's just kind of stood there like a fool.
Like, does Eric just look like one of those toys that is just like bumping into a wall?
He looks like a fly.
I mean, it essentially looks like he's like trying to get to Owain, but there's like something already there. Like he's next to Owain, but he's just like can't move in much closer.
Alright, I'm gonna try to strike the something that's blocking if I can.
Yeah, make me an attack roll.
Attack roll. God, it's been so long I don't even know where my attacks are. Main page. Okay.
Been so long. You were just in a battle like a couple weeks ago.
Yep,
God, you're terrible.
as expected.
Okay, yeah. You start kind of wildly swinging your curved elven blade through the air, but it just feels like you're cutting through nothing. There's nothing there. What else would you like to do, my friend?
And I guess that is everything.
Alright. So you rush in and start kind of wildly cutting, but nothing seems to happen. Meanwhile... What's your armor class there, Cinder?
17 at the moment.
What is your maximum HP there, Cinder?
14 at the moment. Well, assuming I got my health back. If not, it's full.
Yeah, I'd say it's far enough through the night. Sure, you can have your long rests.
Oh, we all did?
Cool.
Yeah. It's pretty late at this point. Like, you all went to bed pretty early, so... What's your maximum HP?
14.
Even with when you're healed?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, great. Well, what's your AC though? Right now?
17.
Okay, because you don't have a mage armor up.
Mm-hmm.
Great. All right, you have suffered a critical wound, and you take 21 points of damage.
Okay.
So essentially, this is what happens: is Elaine's kind of writhing on the ground, grabbing at his neck, and kind of in one fell motion, it's like Eric is screaming, and you start swinging your sword through the air, Cinder. And at the same time this is happening, you hear Wayne just go, like he can breathe again. And then, pow, this force just hits you, Cinder, and just knocks you straight out through the tent door on your ass outside. Meanwhile, Eric, you're kind of standing there, and you feel like a gust of wind almost just like fly past your face.
I'm shook.
It is your turn, Eric. What would you like
Does
to
Wayne
do?
look like he can breathe?
Yeah, he looks like he's breathing. He hasn't moved yet, but...
I want to go and do a health check on Cinder, but I'm gonna like look at Wayne to see if he's breathing, and then run off to like find Cinder. Like, Cinder, I'm coming, kind of thing.
Okay, great. Are you disengaging from the enemy, or are you just walking over to Cinder?
Oh, I thought it followed Cinder out.
Well, you don't know. You can't see it. Right,
Yeah,
so are
no,
you
I think-
disengaging or not?
Yeah, I'll disengage and walk to Cinder.
Okay, disengage is your action. Just so
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. That's
Okay.
why I'll only walk.
All right, so you disengage and walk over to Cinder, and I mean you can see he's clear unconscious. Little bit,
Yeah.
like he's been hit in the chest, and there's like some blood coming out of his mouth.
Eric's just gonna like start cursing, like, ah!
Well, what the fuck are you gonna do? Anything? Or are you
I
just
can't.
stand
No,
there?
that's my action.
Okay, great. Just wanted to check. Philia, you've woken from your slumber, and you hear all this chaos going on already. There's like this kind of screaming from Eric, and you just hear this whoosh, and like this slam as cinders hit the ground outside. What would you like to do? You're in your tent, not far away.
I'm gonna fly out and like bird's eye view everything.
Okay.
What I see?
You see Eric standing next to Cinder, who looks like he's either unconscious or dead right now. He's got like blood coming out of his mouth. And Eric is just kind of screaming like, Cinder!
Is there like anything I can like stare?
You don't see anything.
Well, Philly is useless right now. More than usual. Philia's gonna quickly tap herself with Psychosomatic Surge and go down and try to make a medicine check.
Okay, yeah. You can totally do that. You've got the distance flying.
Heal.
That's actually good enough. Yeah, you've stabilized our old pal Cinder. So you fly down and then you fix him up a little bit, try and make sure he's okay. He's stabilized, but he's not up. I imagine that's your turn.
If I have remaining movement, I use it to fly up again. If not, then I stay on the ground. Either way, moving on.
How far did you go up initially?
Like 10, 15 feet.
Yeah, I mean, you could probably go like 5 feet up in the air.
Okay.
Wait, you only have 30, right? No, you fly 40. That's what it is, yeah. Right?
Yes.
Yes, then you could go like 5 feet up in the air. So you're like just slightly hovering above the ground, pretty much. That's your turn?
Yes.
Alright, Teak. You've kind of woken a similar time as everyone else, and you're up in your tree, and you look down and you see everything that's been happening. You see Cinder on the ground. You see Erica screaming. Phileas quickly come over to try and help him. What are you gonna do?
Teak is going to go ahead and try to approach Owain, who's also on the ground, because Cinder has someone next to him.
I see. Yeah, you can't see Owain from here, but you would know he's in his tent.
Okay, so she runs up to his tent, gets in however possible. If that means slashing it open with her claws,
sure.
She gets
Claw
in.
your way through the side of the tent. Probably the fastest.
Yeah, can she reach him? This, is the
Yeah,
unseen thing?
he's there. Owain is there.
Okay, can she move up to him and pick him up and try to carry him away?
Yeah. Here's what we'll do. So you jump down from the tree. It's probably 10 feet of movement from there. I probably should just use the map that I have for this, but I didn't think you guys would be moving this much. That's okay. Yeah. So you probably have, because you move 30 feet, right?
Yes.
So we'll say if you make me a strength check, he's a very large man.
Yeah, that makes sense. No.
I think he's not grappled right now anymore. So yeah, I think with his help you can manage to kind of get him up off of his feet. So pretty much you help him from the prone position back up to his feet. But since you have such little movement remaining, that's probably all you can do.
That's fine. Okay,
in terms of that.
Okay, but can she Teak will have her arm around him, and she'll position her body in such a way that she's maybe a little in front of him. So in front of him towards the opening of the tent. So if anything came back in, it would have to go through Teak.
Try and put yourself in between him and the
whatever the fuck
be.
is going on. Teak's confused, when he's
sure. Yeah, no, totally. Yeah, so you kind of position yourself, and you can feel the weight. This guy is leaning on you a bit, and he's a big motherfucker, so it's a little bit of heft for sure. But now I think we move on to Owain's turn. You see in the side of his tent, he has his fucking giant hammer, and he's got his left arm around you, kind of leaning on you, but with the rest of his weight, he uses his right arm and with one hand just picks up this ginormo hammer, and kind of using your help, he's just gonna fucking drop it down in front of him and just see if he can't hit whatever this thing is. Let me make a roll here. Percentage dice. Oh yeah. Yeah. So he just picks up this massive hammer and with one arm just slams it into the ground. And Teak, you can feel this, when he picks it up, the weight becomes even heavier on you. And then he almost pushes off of you as he picks it up and slams it into the ground for a second time. And both times you can hear as he kind of slams this hammer, you can hear this high-pitched screech of this kind of weird screeching noise.
It's Clap, the bastard.
But as you do, you kind of get this sense that right in the front of the tent, there's this kind of looming presence there. But that's all Owain can do. Gustav, you're a tired man, but you hear this loud, high-pitched screeching and all this commotion going on around you, and it seems like there's all sorts of chaos happening. What would you like to do, my friend?
Okay. I'm gonna get up rush out of my tent. I see Cinder on the ground, Eric tending to him, and noises coming from Wayne's tent, correct?
Yes.
I will rush into Wayne's tent, and I see him whacking at something.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, you can, like, as you're moving towards, you can feel the vibrations as this hammer slams into the ground. But you can hear this kind of screeching. And there's almost like this weird distortion in the air as it screeches and the hammer's hitting.
Okay, I will aim for the screeching and strike at it with my sword.
Do it, homie.
Just roll an attack.
Yeah. Unfortunately, at this point, like, you bring your great sword up and you have it clasped in both hands and you bring it down on the ground, but through this kind of weird distortion, you don't hear any more screeches or anything. It feels like you've just cut through air.
What the hell's going on? End my turn.
Cinder, you're stabilized but unconscious, so if you want to roll me a 1d20 to see if you get a nat 20, I can let you get back up.
Sure.
Oh, alright. Well, unfortunately that's your turn, sir.
Okay.
Okay. So, Teak, you're kind of standing here with Owain, and you can, you hear as the screeching kind of ends. But you feel as this weird kind of like push of energy moves past you and Owain, but it doesn't seem to do anything. But like immediately kind of following that, Gustav, you're still in this realm and you can feel the same thing. It's just kind of like this air and energy just kind of whirling in this section, and something, it like turns and faces you, and pow, you just get this blast. It feels like someone has dropped a weight on top of you and it's just like crushing you, but it only lasts for a moment and you take 9 points of damage.
Oof.
Eric, it's your turn. You hear all this chaos happening, you hear these screeches happening all around you.
I'm going to carefully walk back in, but I don't think I have any bombs because I didn't make any yet because I was asleep. So I'm going to pull out my little sword.
Alright. I don't know what Eric's dick is gonna do for him at this point, but I guess if that's what you want to do.
I'm gonna just swing my sword at whichever thing. Do I add my dex modifier to it or my strength modifier?
You're attacking with melee and you don't have that
Yeah.
feat, so it's probably your strength.
Okay.
So yeah, you don't have to move far, so you kind of use your move action to draw your blade, and then you start stabbing into the air, and like you and Gustav and Owain are almost like forming this kind of circle around this thing, just stabbing. But unfortunately, like, if anything, Gustav, you're like a little freaked out because it almost looks like Eric's about to stab you with this thing. He's just like stabbing into the air.
He's just gonna say, there's something invisible here, I think.
Brilliant deduction.
I know, but he's just trying to let everyone else know.
Scientist Eric. I know. I'm just fucking with you.
And then he's gonna look at like Wayne and be like, "Are you breathing all right now?" And that'll be the end of my turn.
Okay, Philia, what do you want to do?
I can't. Can I, now that I know there's something invisible, can I stare at it?
Yeah, that's a great question. I would lean towards almost no, just because you can't actually see it. because you're supposed to be focusing your energy on it. I'll tell you what. Roll me a perception check, and I will do opposing for this to see if you can sense enough of this thing's energy. Roll my opposing roll. Oh yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, like, you know, you heard the screeching, but now it's kind of gone silent. And you're having a hard time pinpointing exactly where it is, so I don't think your stare is going to do you any good for this one.
So do I at least know it's in front of Gustav?
I mean, that's what it seems like right now. It seems like everyone's kind of guessing that it's around that area, so it's somewhere in there. Hopefully.
So where's Gustav standing and where's everybody else standing?
So Gustav and Eric and Dwayne are like, well, Gustav and Eric are pretty much right inside of Owain's tent, so like kind of in the doorway. It's all been like ripped up now and everything. There's not much of a tent left. So they're like right next to you, maybe like 5 feet away. Because you just hovered back up like another 5 feet, so they're pretty close to you.
Can if I cast Entangled, will the roots off his legs or whatever and I can see a form?
Yeah, maybe, if your Entangle works.
Can I try to cast Entangle so it's not on, like, us, but it's in the general area, so, like, I don't care if it entangles Cinder. Because Cinder's outside.
Unfortunately, if you wanted to get to where this thing you last knew it was, you would have to cast Entangle around everybody.
Can I not, like, shift it over? So, like, part of the Entangled's useless, but, like, part of it is on him?
I don't think so, unless there's something specific in Pathfinder, but usually Entangle just covers an area, and everyone inside of it usually gets affected by it. So it's either you risk entangling everyone and the thing, or you entangle no one. You decide, sir.
I'll quickly fly, and instead of putting Psychosomatic Surge on me, I'll tap what's his face, Gustav on the shoulder, since he got hurt, and then, like, I'll try, like, flying over and getting a bird's eye view again. I don't know what to do.
Okay,
That's
yeah. You fly up and you overlook everyone after putting Psychomatic Surge on Gustav, and you just kind of see everyone swing wildly into the air, and like that's about it. Teak?
Yes.
What would you like to do? You got Owain leaning on you still.
Yes, Teak has like one arm around Owain, so I think she can probably only attack with one claw. I feel like that's pretty logical.
Sure,
unless
yeah,
she's
that
allowed
makes
to
sense.
swipe twice with the same claw, but
Unfortunately not.
that's fine. So she'll charge up a claw with an elemental strike just in the general direction of said presence.
Do it. Oh shit. I gotta roll a percentage dice. Ooh. A beautiful roll, but unfortunately this thing is fully concealed. So, I mean, essentially what happens is, like, you swing your claw through the air, and you almost feel like this like chunk as you slash through it, but it's almost like your claw phases through it, and this kind of like little puff of lightning shoots up through the air, but unfortunately, you're not really sure if it actually did any damage to this thing or not.
All right, then she'll just brace away and,
Sure. I mean, Wayne's gonna do what he does best and swing a hammer around. And it's the same kind of thing as, like, this time he kind of swings it in this horizontal thing, like making a circle. And, like, does that once, and then the second time brings it up over his head and slams it down, and you just hear this thing start screeching again. But that's Wayne's turn. Gustav.
I mean, it just worked for him, so I'm gonna try hitting where he was hitting.
You're swinging like wild, Gustav. But, unfortunately, you don't seem to make any sort of contact.
In my turn.
Cinder! You didn't want a full attack? You didn't want to attack with your claw, too?
I thought I could only do that when I was raging.
No.
Oh.
You have a claw all the time. You just can only do it as a full attack.
Hey.
Hey, it's pretty good, but still not good enough.
Less than 20% chance to hit on that thing.
Yeah. It's a bastard. Alright, so yeah, you're just kind of wildly swinging, but not sure if you're doing anything or not. Cinder? Would you like to roll another 1d20, see if you get back up, since no one wants to heal you to bring you back? Close, but no cigar. Alright. Gustav, what's your armor class?
16.
16. Alright, so Gustav, you feel this kind of, like, gust of air go right past your face as you're, like, swinging around, and it kind of makes you stop for a moment and think. But Eric, on the other hand, you feel kind of what Gustav felt before. It's like this weight, and it almost, like, smacks you across the face, Eric, as you take 9 points of damage.
Oh!
And I think you all are kind of sensing this, like, weird energy, and a little gust of wind kind of encircles all of you, just as it kind of blows through the air. Eric, it's your turn.
I'm gonna look around the room and see if there's like a blanket.
There's Wayne's bedroll.
Is it like a blanket?
I mean, it's a bedroll.
Is it large and flat?
I mean, to an extent, yeah. I mean, it's kind of like, it's like a sleeping bag, but, like, not as fancy.
We're in a tent, right? Is there any way I can knock the tent all the way off, like, and make it fall to the ground on top of us?
Probably not. Just because it's usually anchored into the ground. I guess if you, like, broke the support at the top, it could kind of fall in.
I probably can't reach, right?
No, you can. It's only a tent. I mean, it's mostly in tatters at this point, but yeah, you could do it.
I'm gonna do that.
Alright, what are you gonna break the tent with?
With my sword.
Oh, okay. Make me an attack roll with your sword. Great. What's the damage on your sword?
It is, I believe.
Can you, like, just input the shit so you click the one button and then it's done? Like, what the fuck is this shit?
I'm sorry, it's a 1d4 for small, 1d6 for medium, and critical type.
So,
type
a 1d6. Let's go, derp.
Okay, man.
What's your strength score?
0.
Okay, great. So, I mean, you start hacking away at this tent, It's not doing a whole it's not breaking it just yet, but you're working on it. Philia, you're flying up above. You hear more screeches and kind of watch as this tent is like shaking around and stuff.
Nope.
Nope. What do you want to do?
If I can't stare at it, can I cast a spell on it?
Is it an area spell?
No.
What spell are you gonna cast on it?
Forbid action?
Let's see. Okay. I mean, yeah, you can cast it, and I'll use the percentage dice to see if you actually hit or not. But you don't have to do anything to cast. It's just like you just look at a thing, right?
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. Percentage dice. No. You were not lucky enough to land it on this creature, so you use the spell slot, but unfortunately the spell does not connect.
That's my one spell slot of the day, boys. Wait a minute, I'm gonna try to get it inside the ring. Let me roll Arcana. Where's Arcana?
Alright, so what are you doing now? You're gonna use the ring? You want to
This
put
ring-
forbid action in the ring? Is that what you're trying to do?
Yep, and it didn't work.
No, yeah, it didn't work, unfortunately. Alright, so that's your turn, or are you gonna fly around?
I don't know what I can do. We're gonna fly over Cinder to make sure nothing happens to him.
Alright, so you hover over Cinder's body. Teak, why don't you roll me a perception check, Teak?
Sure.
Okay. Actually, he rolled pretty low, so yeah. You don't know exactly where it's gone, Teak. You feel that gust of wind has kind of blown past you, and as you do, there's kind of like this, like a somewhat like putrid smell that follows behind it. Almost like
Remember
a
the
slight sulfury smell. And I mean, yeah, you recognize the smell, but the main thing you recognize is whatever this thing is, it's not where it just was right now. It seems like it's gone up.
Okay, like above our heads up?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it still within range for Teak to try to swipe at it? Does she know that at least?
You're not sure.
Okay. Well, first she's gonna get into her minor air form because now she's spooked. She's like a cat that like bristles. And so she's just gonna take a swipe up in the air where she perceives it may or may not be.
Okay. Are you using your both your claws, your full attack actioning?
No. She still has one arm around Dwayne. She definitely, that's her priority,
Okay.
is to give him
Gotcha.
all the mental support and physical support he needs.
Sure. Yeah, you know, kind of look around for a second, like your head spins and you look up, and everyone kind of can probably see you like sniff, and then you like take one of your claws and just claw up into the air, but doesn't seem like you've hit anything.
Okay, and then I think Tika's gonna inform them. She's gonna say, "It's above us." That's as good as she got.
All right. I think Owain, looking kind of injured, you see him look up after you say that, and truthfully, I think he doesn't have a lot that he can actually do here, so he's probably just going to try and take a swing into the air. But yeah, he swings once wildly with his hammer, and it just kind of lands back down on the ground next to you guys, and nothing really happens. Gustav?
So we're still in the tent. It's above us, still inside the tent, assumedly.
Not necessarily, but could be.
How tall is the tent? If I jumped, could I grab at it?
I mean, the tent is not that tall. Your head is nearly touching the top of the tent. It's just all tattered up and torn up right now, so...
Okay. So if I jumped up there, I'd probably just get caught up in all that stuff. So instead, I guess I'm just gonna try to just bring my sword along in a straight line to try to bump into it.
So you're gonna walk with your sword in the air or something? Is that what you're saying?
Well, give enough to force that it'll actually cut if it hits the thing.
Yeah, but you're doing the anime sword run, but instead of dragging along the ground, you're running with it up in the air.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Gosh. Make me an attack roll, and I'll just do a percentage dice. Oh, never mind. You don't even have to make the attack roll. Yeah. So you start dragging your sword through the air, and you're kind of tear up the tent and these other things, and you're trying to find it, but it doesn't seem to be to any avail. Cinder. Roll that 1d20 for Cinder. Nope. Can someone please heal Cinder so we can actually take part in a combat scenario?
He doesn't have healing spells!
It's every scenario something happens to Cinder. He's outside or fighting one guard the entire fight. He just doesn't get to do anything. Alright.
It's the life of Cinder.
Yeah, I guess so. Gustav, you've started kind of running back around and trying to find this thing, and Teak, you all at once, you just it's one of those kind of other anime moment things where you realize that this thing is right next to you, and you do that kind of slow motion turn around as you sniff, and you can feel it's this force go right past you, and it just slams Owain, and this big hulking motherfucker flies back 5 feet back, out of your arms, and
No!
And just his hammer falls to the ground as he just poof through the tent, and just collapses the rest of the tent that's left, and it looks like he's just he's not unconscious, but his ass is on the fucking ground. He's just got slammed hard. Eric?
Ilya,
So wait,
grab
he
onto this
knocked
thing's
Owain
shoulders.
out of-
Hold on to it.
So wait, he knocked Owain out of the tent?
He hit Owain with so much force that it hit him backwards, and Owain, being the big guy that he is, brought the tent down with him, pretty much.
If I cut a hole through the tent so that I could see on top of it, it would go fall down around me, can I see where that thing is?
The tent is down. The tent pretty much just got taken out by Owain.
No, but I'm like trying to like. But if I'm covered in the tent, I can't see from above or like where everyone is. Does that make? So I'm like trying to like get on top of the tent so I can see wherever that moving thing is.
Because I'm trying to explain to you that the tent is in tatters and it has now officially been knocked down. Like, the tent is no longer there. Like, it's been knocked over by Owain.
Okay. Can I see if that thing is covered inside the tent?
Oh, it's definitely not. It was flying above Teak, essentially. But you don't really know that.
True. I'm gonna like.
But you can
run
see
over
where Teak is looking. I mean, if you want to do something.
I'm gonna run over to Owain and try and drag him out.
Okay. Gosh, don't you have any extracts or anything? Like, my God.
No. I was
You
gonna
some
make
sack
them on
of
my
shit
turn.
you are.
I was gonna
thought-
make them on my
I
turn.
thought you made them. I thought you made them before for the other day.
Yeah, I used them. Remember when we set everything on fire?
Okay, great. I guess you used all of your extracts and everything. All right. You're terrible. You guys suck.
When I set everything on fire. You mean when you lit up all those people?
Yeah, when you blew up all those people, you sick fuck.
I thought they were healing bombs. Turns out they weren't. It's fine.
My goodness. All right. So you run over to Owain. You're gonna try and drag him.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna tell Teak to drag Cinder out of the tent as well.
Well, you're out of the tent. What is up with you in this fucking tent?
Just away from the tattered tent.
All right, great. The tent no longer exists. Just so you're clear.
The tent is no more. I wanted
What's
to
your-
capture that thing
What's your
into the
drag?
tent.
Yes, I know what you wanted to do. What is your drag capability? Can you
where
even
is
drag
that?
Owain? Oh my god. Do you know anything
Oh wait,
about
wait,
your
wait!
character?
I see it. 500.
Okay, great. So you start dragging Owain incredibly slowly. But which direction are you dragging him in?
Probably towards the fire. That's a bad idea. Just away from the tent.
Okay, towards the fire. Got it. You're in the middle of the camp. Confirmed. Wonderful. So that's your turn. Philia, you see Owain kind of fly through this tent and like bring it down. His hammer falls to the ground and you can see like Eric runs over and starts dragging him. What would you like to do, Home Slice?
It has to work one of these times. Hey!
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's not bad.
Too bad it doesn't work.
No, I just gotta see what it rolls. If it also rolls a nat, then it's contested. It doesn't. Alright. So, for like the first time, Philia, you can kind of get this sense of where this thing is. Like, you see where Wayne flies from, and you kind of see what Teak is looking at, and you can see... You can't see it, but you can tell, like, where it is. So if you want to stare at it, you could.
I stare down this motherfucker. We're doing it.
Alright, are you going to attack it or anything, or just stare at it?
We're gonna attack it, and then we're gonna shoot an arrow at it.
Alright, remember you have like a -2 for your blurry vision on attack rolls.
Never mind, we're not doing that.
What do you What do you mean you're not doing that?
We're gonna tell everybody where it is, and we're gonna daze it.
Okay. Alright. Alright. Days. It's a will save, huh? Not that you can necessarily tell. But I think since it's kind of magic, you can tell that unfortunately your magic does not work.
-2 because I'm
I know -2. It still doesn't work.
minus another 2 because you pity Philia.
Even if it was a minus another 2, it actually still wouldn't work.
Oh damn, shit. Okay.
Yeah, it rolled really well.
Well, Philia got the stair stuff and it's telling people where it is.
Alright. So
There.
you're staring it down, like, calling out to everyone exactly where it is. Teak, you know this thing's right next to you. What are you gonna do?
Sorry about that. My mic was muted. So Teak
Oh, that's okay.
knows...
I actually prefer it that way. So.
Oh, great. That works out for all of us. So Teak knows that Eric yelled at her to get Cinder out, but if she senses this thing is super close, and Owain has now been
you can
rendered-
sense it, and Philia's like fucking screaming at it and like staring at it.
She's like, it's 3 feet above you.
Yep.
Okay. So Teak's gonna go ahead and do both claws because Owain was tackled from her grasp.
Do it. All right, percentage dice. Fuck yeah, that first one. So like you just come in with your claw and you slash right through this thing, and this big old like burst of lightning goes out, and you just hear this thing like as it just like lights up in electricity, and you guys like for a moment can just see this kind of like crackling linger in the air as this thing almost like gains shape for like a split second, and it takes 7 extra damage. Hell yeah. All right, so 18 damage total. So yeah, this thing just like is crying out. It looks like you guys have dealt a hefty blow to it. Teak, anything else you would like to do on your turn?
She did make a full attack, so I'm not sure she can do much else. She will growl menacingly at it.
All right, worth it. Owain is like kind of knocked on his ass, being dragged away by. Well, I guess it wasn't a very menacing growl.
No.
She meow.
But
Meow.
yeah, meow. Yeah, Wayne's being like dragged away by Eric, and kind of all at once, Eric, like you feel like as you kind of stop dead in your tracks, as like you can no longer drag this man, as he like puts his hand down and kind of like tries to pick himself up, and like gets up on one knee, and he's fairly injured, but he can't move far enough to get back to the thing, but he kind of just like almost brushes you off for a moment, Eric, as he like runs over to his hammer and picks it up. But that's his turn. Gustav.
With the help of Philia and Teak, I know where the creature is and strike true with my
You
great
sure
sword.
do, yeah. Yeah, alright, percentage dice. Oh. Sorry, Gustav. Unfortunately, you know exactly where this thing is, and you swing your sword true right through this fucking thing. But it almost like phases out of existence for a second. And your massive sword just right into like the mud, and it splatters all over like Teak and yourself as you just the amount of force brought down with this greatsword. But unfortunately, it does not cut up the enemy. Cinder. You're doing a great job, Cinder. Keep up the good work.
I'm so sorry, Cinder. Teak is not a healer. I'm so sorry.
Blame Eric.
All right.
Blame yourself.
Gustav and Teak, you're like right up on top of this thing. You can feel it's like you can feel this energy that's almost unstable in a sense, and it's kind of like crackling around you, and just kind of this weird like unstable energy, and all at once you just feel like this whew, as this gust of air blows past you guys, and it's like it feels as the way it gusted, it's like a beeline right towards Owain. But as Owain stands there, he like kind of has his hammer up and manages to like hold his weapon out as he you can almost feel this thing coming towards him, and just it doesn't manage to make complete contact with him. And that's its turn. Eric, what'd you like to do, my friend?
I'm gonna try and stab it.
Okay. Yeah, you can kind of see that it looks like Owain might be holding something off a bit.
Let's see if this thing works. Nope.
So yeah, you move up and you kind of like stab at it with your beautiful little cane sword, but unfortunately, it doesn't seem like it's doing much. Is that your turn?
I might try and do a heal check on Cinder. Oh wait, I've
heal
already finished
check?
my action. Yeah, I'm done.
Okay. Philia, it's your turn.
Do I need to make another perception, or does my stare stay on him?
You've lost him now that he's kind of moved around, so you need to make another perception. All right, 19, that's pretty good. Ew, not good enough though. So, unfortunately, you kind of have a general sense of where this thing may be. It looks like it's kind of encircling Owain again, but you can't pinpoint a specific spot to try and stare it down. But man, if you had any like sweet fireballs or anything,
Right.
We're gonna try this.
okay, you're just gonna take a shot at it.
Yep.
Yeah, so you draw your short bow back and plunk, like an arrow flies out, and it cuts through the air, but just manages to like hit in the kind of the dirt and the mud in front of old Wayne there. Doesn't look like it's landed in anything. Teak, it's your turn.
Question. Teek's kind of like, she climbs trees, she jumps. Can she try to jump on top of this thing and then like dig her claw into it and hold on to it?
You could definitely try.
Alright, what would I roll?
Pretty much it would become a combat maneuver roll.
Where do I find
your
that?
CMB. It should
There
be
it
on like
is.
your main page.
I found it. It's underneath Will. No.
Yeah, so like you run up to this thing, and where you think it is at least, and it's like next to Owain, and you jump up in the air, and for like a brief moment you feel as if you're being kind of God, the word's escaping me. You're being suspended in midair for like a brief moment, but then you kind of just like almost you like slouch off the back and kind of fall to the ground.
Okay. Would that be her whole action, or can she still take a swipey swipe? Probably her whole action.
That is your whole action, yeah.
That's fine then. She'll just stand there in frustration, growling a little more.
Yeah, roll me another intimidation check.
Sure, I'll try.
Yeah, that's not bad. Your growl's a bit more menacing this time. Yeah, so Owain's kind of there. He's gotten his hammer back, but he's, he looks like he's bleeding a little bit. He's pretty roughed up. Let's see here.
Zion entered channel.
So he manages to swing his hammer through this thing, and you hear yet another one of the screeches coming from this creature, but looks like it's still kicking. Gustav.
Sword's not doing it. I'm gonna copy Teak and try to jump up and grab the thing.
All right.
Never mind.
Similar scenario. It's like it's almost like this kind of weird thing where like you're suspended in air for like a second, and then you almost like sift through and you bump into Teak as you fall down off this thing's back. Cinder, Lord of the Dead. Hell yeah.
Zion entered channel.
I'm so
Poor
sorry.
Cinder. I feel so bad for Cinder.
Me too.
Guys, I joined on my phone because my laptop crashed again.
Okay, well you fucking suck.
I'm sorry that it crashed.
Yeah, too bad.
Yes. So Teak, you kind of feel this gust of air blow by your face, and then there's a second gust back in the other direction as like you just hear Wayne and like it's like something gut punched him. And I mean he's starting to look real rough at this point. Eric, it's your turn.
Yeah, I'm just opening Roll20 on my
Well, I guess let's
I'd
all
like
just
maybe-
sit here and wait for Zion.
I'd like
You
to
know-
swing a... Shut up, Ray! I'd like to swing at whatever's in front of, Elaine.
So with your sword again.
There.
Okay. Let me pull up your character sheet. What? Where's the weapon at?
Put it under spell light.
You put what? What kind of shithead are you? Oh, yeah, well, I did max out the damage at least, but no, the roll's not good enough. So you know, Eric is still wildly swinging through the air, like, I think at this point he's just like almost upset. Like it's like, you know, he's trying to defend his friend, but it doesn't seem like anything he does is working. Philia?
Can I see it? Let's see.
Oh. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Can you see it? Yes. This time you can see it. Well, not see it, but like everyone's kind of circled around this thing again, Philia, and you got a good enough an idea where it is, or you could stare at it again.
Okay, Philia's gonna use her bonus action to put on her stairs. She's gonna use her, then she's gonna use her action to sprint fly. So I get ×4 movement, so that's 160 feet fly. So I'm not running out of fly movement, hopefully. I'm gonna quickly zoom over, use my free action, tap Wayne Wyvern Spear on the shoulder, give him psychosomatic surge, quickly fly over and look down bird's eye view at the person and announce to everyone there.
That's great. What's your armor class?
Can't I just fly around it?
If you're going to tap a Wayne Wyvern Spear on the shoulder, you have no choice.
Can I go around U-turn around?
You have to enter into his square, which
Do I?
you yes, to touch him.
Never
Okay.
mind, he's not worth my tap.
No, you've already done it. You've already done it. What's your maximum HP?
I did it with the assumption that I can fly around it.
What's your maximum HP?
I don't like this.
What's your maximum HP?
12.
Oh no, that's why.
Can I give
Well, he
Wow.
crit you. I just want you to know.
Wait!
He crit you for 24 damage. Philia?
Oh my god. She's fucking dead.
Philia?
Can I
Hello.
propose a route in which I don't go through their square while still being able to tap someone's shoulder?
I don't think it's gonna be possible for this one.
It's so sad.
But you do have a cool ring on.
Suck the ring. Who is making all these squares?
He's trying to give me a proposed route as to why he doesn't have to get next to the creature.
Oh.
So I never get within 5 feet of the guy.
I understand the game logic, but in order to touch a Wayne,
I touch his butt. I'm always behind him.
I cannot believe you're feeling him up while he's dying. Excuse me.
in order to touch a Wayne, you provoke the attack of opportunity.
You have
If
a
it was-
magic ring, Philly. You're not dead yet.
If it was not a touch attack, I would not care at all. But you have to enter into a Wayne square.
Can I
Philia?
roll something not to? Like, a thingy thing to see how quickly I, like, point at him?
No. There's no take backsies. Philia, roll me a 1d20. Okay, great. You're unconscious on the ground, Philia. But on the bright side, Wayne does have Psychosomatic Surge on. Does that stay when you're unconscious, or do you have to be conscious for that to stay?
I need to be conscious to activate Psychosomatic Surge.
Well, that's unfortunate. You are unconscious on the ground next to a Wayne, but you're still alive.
There's a reason why Philia plays like a pussy.
It is probably the worst luck I've ever seen in my life. It's like out of all of the attacks, it rolled almost a double nat 20 to crit. Well, it rolled the crit, and then it almost rolled another nat 20 to crit confirm, so... You have pretty bad luck. I'm not gonna lie.
I just want to say game logic was on my side.
Teak, it's your turn.
Oh yeah, Teak gonna do a little double slash at this thing. She knows where it is, right? Because of Philia screaming and then dying.
Yes, you do know where it is.
Great.
Alright, let me roll some percentage things. Okay. Your second attack. You come in and slash into this thing, and your sparks go off, kind of electrocuting the air around it. And it just like screeches out again in pain. But it looks like it's still alive at this point. It's really hard to gauge how wounded it actually is. Is there anything else you like to do, Teak?
Oh no, but she is gonna continue to growl like the animal she is.
All right. I think Elaine, seeing what's happened to Philia. At this point, he's gonna walk over to you, Philia, in your unconscious body, and he pulls out a little vial, like opens up your mouth and pours it down your throat. Let me do some rolls here. Philia, you are revived with 4 hit points.
That's twice as much as I had before the long rest.
It's pretty thrilling. But yeah. That's his turn. Gustav.
Seeing Philia go down again procs my blood rage. I'm going with the old faithful double slash.
Alright. Blood raging.
Perfect.
Double slashing. You guys just kind of hear Gustav like, and starts like swinging his sword wildly and clawing. But to no avail. Cinder?
Pass.
You don't pass? You don't even want to try and roll to get up? Alright. Teak, what's your AC?
19.
It's like 19 right now? Okay, because you're air form. So yeah,
Yes.
you feel this gust of air goes like right past you. But at the same time, there's another gust that also is like right next to you, and like as Owain is kind of knelt over putting this potion in Philia's mouth right next to him, it's just like right into his back. Oh! He just feels it. And he's pretty bloodied at this point. It's just like after he gets punched this time, he coughs up like a little bit of blood. Eric, it's your turn.
I'm gonna use my sword move.
Okay, great.
You're so cute, Eric. I must stab at it again.
I don't have anything else.
Eric,
Yes?
are you gonna stab or what?
I clicked the.
Oh!
I think at this point, Eric is like nearly in tears. Like his new pal is just being beaten to death before his eyes.
Hi, in tears.
As
He worked into such a frenzy, he tried to attack 4 times.
yes, I was like reading that message. I'm like, what the fuck? What is this? Yeah, so like Eric's like nearly in tears, just like stabbing his friends, like being beaten. Philia, you come back like for but a moment, your eyes close and you just see the face of this demon that you've seen before. But like after just a mere moment, you come back up into reality.
Back to reality.
Do you want
You
to see it?
snap back to reality. Let me see. No, you don't. You could definitely take a shot with your bow and arrow, although you are within melee range, so
We're trying this again. Psychosomatic surge. Mr. General.
alright. So
And
you
use.
cast and use.
And use my action to disengage.
Alright. So yeah, you put Psychosomatic Surge on Owain and you disengage and fly away.
But I don't have anything bonus action that doesn't require me seeing things, so, I don't know. I think that's all I can do. Sorry, guys. I disengaged.
Alright. Disengage and move away. Teak!
Alright. It's stabby time again.
So you wildly swing your claws through the air, and it's just like you're grasping at nothing almost as you claw. Unfortunately, your attacks aren't landing.
No.
Owain, just helping Teak. I think Owain is just like, he drops his hammer, and he's gonna try and throw his entire body on top of this thing. Let me see here. Oh, I forgot to calculate this shit. But it's fucking high. What's the calculation for CMB again? Does anyone remember off the top of their head?
No, I don't.
Able might.
Base attack bonus, ability modifier, and size.
Ability modifier?
For me, it's strength.
Yeah. And then base attack bonus. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so you guys see, like, as Owain, like, drops his hammer, he like, jumps on top of this thing, and, like, he just has both of his hands on it, like, grappling this thing. And it just looks like he's, like, floating in the air. And he just screams out, like, "Kill it!" Gustav. Ooh, alright, what percentages here? Okay. Yeah, Gustav swings his big old greatsword and thwomp! It, like, it moves with, even still with, like, with Owain on top of it. It doesn't, like, move out of the way, but it kind of, like, reshapes itself, and the sword, like, just barely brushes past Owain's face as he brings it down. But then, like, afterwards, Gustav comes in with his claw and just, like, rips in to this thing from the side. And you just hear it kind of screech again, and you see, like, Owain almost starts, like, falling to the ground this time as, like, it looks like it's getting weaker and weaker. Cinder. It's time. It's time, buddy. Gosh. Never mind. This thing being held onto by Owain at this point is just gonna start beating into him. And you can see, like, Owain's on top of this thing, and he's just, like, kind of crying out in pain as you hear, like, thwoomp, thwoomp, and it's just, like, blood starts spurting out of his mouth on top of this thing, and it almost gives it shape as much blood comes out of his mouth, and you can see, like, this weird kind of, like, misty, like, blood just flowing through the air on top of this thing. He's in real rough shape. Old guy Owain.
But he gets 6 temporary hit points.
Oh, hell yes.
Stabby stab time for me.
Crit. Never mind.
Eric, try as he might. Unfortunately, just doesn't manage to stab this thing. He also attempted to make 4 rolls because he was just that sad.
Again. Yeah, he's so upset.
Yeah. Philia.
Wait,
At this
did he
point,
make 4 rolls? Oh, that was good.
Wow. At this point, I think, like, the blood on top of this thing in Owain has given it enough shape that you could probably stare this thing down, Philia.
Thank fucking God. Okay, so we do the stairs, and we are gonna shoot it.
Your arrow just boom, goes, like, right through the air in front of Owain and just hits a tree off in the distance behind him. Is that your turn?
Yep. But I'm staring at it.
Teak?
Alright, let's hope. Teak, you can do it, buddy.
Alright. Unfortunately, Your claw like goes right through this thing, and for a mere moment you can feel it, but it just kind of like almost shifts and moves as your claws crawl through it. Yeah, unfortunately it's fully concealed, so it's a percentage dice to see if it actually hits or not.
Yeah, it's alright.
Wayne's going to try and grapple again, which he succeeds. So he's still like, he's like bloodied and beaten and on top of this thing, but he's still holding on to it. Gustav. Wow. Try as Gustav might, he cannot roll above a 10.
Oh, you did. Cinder, save us!
Cinder! It's up to you! This is it, Cinder! Yes!
Yes!
Yes! He gets up with 1 hit point! Cinder!
Cinder, kill it!
This is your
What do I
time!
do? What do I
It's your
see?
time down here! You wake up, you're unconscious this whole time. You just see a Wayne flying in the air on top of something, and there's like blood all over it, and it's got this weird shape, and everyone's trying to swing it, and he's just screaming for everybody to kill it. He looks like he's on his fucking last leg dying. You're like
All right.
20 feet away. What are you gonna
Charge.
do? You charge it. Oh shit. Hold on. Oh shit.
Well, Phileas stares. It gets extra damage.
What's the damage on what's the
wait,
damage on the stair?
Sorry, I need to re-roll the sneak attack because it should be a D8. Or is it already a D8?
It is a D8. Rolling 1D8
Okay, cool.
plus ability. Alright. So Cinder gets up with his elven greatsword seemingly out of nowhere. And just like he's anime running with it, dragging along the ground, and comes through and like right in front of Owain's face, just brings it up, blade side up, and like shwoom, slashes through the air. And in this kind of samurai moment, you just see like this weird like delay as this like poof of air just like slashes, and it just like separates. And Owain falls to the ground as the damage of Cinder's sneak attack with this painful stare brings it down.
Thank fucking God!
Oh my god, Cinder!
I'm gonna run to Wayne and do a healing check.
He's still conscious. He's just
Yeah.
like laying on the ground. Okay, do me a healing check.
Oh my god, wait. It won't let me go scroll there. Okay, never mind. It won't let me scroll to my healing.
Maybe your time would be better spent making some healing potions.
I'm never gonna use them on you now.
I can't believe you just did that.
It won't let me go into my heal section.
Teak is gonna run over. Oh wait, I don't know if we're still in turn.
Oh no, combat's
Okay.
combat's over. You guys are
Well, Teak is gonna help
at this
Owain
point out
out.
of combat.
Is there like a creature left over, or did it completely disappear?
It just vanishes. And there's nothing left. Okay, Eric's trying to fly on top of Owain, apparently.
Teak's trying to pick him up,
I was
like
trying to
really
see
help
if
him. She's gonna shoulder his weight, all of it. Wow, never mind. That
Teak
was so
falls
sad.
over.
Yeah, she does nothing. She collapses.
What the hell just happened? Is he dead?
He's
It?
talking about Owain?
Yeah.
Okay. Eric, you've done your heal check on Owain, but he's gravely wounded, but he's still alive. You can see at this point he's got like these weird like marks on his neck from where looks like, someone was like trying to strangle him to death. And he's all like bruised and beat up, but he's still alive.
What was that thing?
Teak not know. Teak smell. It smell like sulfur.
Philia's a learned woman. Can she guess what it is?
Can I do a knowledge arcana check? Why did I do that? I did not mean to press that.
You could both, I guess, make me a knowledge arcana check.
Okay, can you add...
Okay, dungeoneering. Nice.
No, can you add... I have 3 points in that, but in my knowledge arcana I have 8, so can you add 5 to that or something?
You have that many points in arcana? How do you have 8 points?
It just says I have 8.
Okay, I guess Philia has 8 too. She just sucks at rolling arcana.
Feels bad, man.
Philly, you try and like rack your brain, but nothing is really jumping out to you what it could be.
You know what? This is another plane. She doesn't really.
Yeah, could be a lot of things on your plane, but who knows? As for you, sir, you don't know exactly what it might be, but like you've heard tales of like powerful magics that could bind creatures and like have them follow somebody's will, and like things like that comes to mind, like some sort of bound creature. You put together the pieces, like it really didn't, yeah, well, that's actually what I was just saying, is like, Eric, you've kind of put together enough pieces that you realize it really only hit anyone but Owain when they were like getting in the way. For the most part, it was just beating the ever-living shit out of Owain.
I think he's just gonna be like, is someone trying to kill you? They're like, the Lord.
Yeah, I think he's kind of coughing and wheezing and pretty injured, and he's like,
oh shit, bitch.
What's this? What? Oh. To my knowledge, I don't know. Could be a lot of people.
I think that thing was sent by... it could be sent by someone to kill you. I mean,
Video
I
games
didn't
are
take
a lot
any
like
damage.
buying a house.
Nobody else really got any hits either. Probably a very skilled person.
Just complimenting the person he tried to kill him.
He's just standing there awkwardly, like this guy's like dying on the ground practically, and it's like, oh yeah, it's just someone summoned this thing. Very skilled person.
No, I'm trying to say like it was like powerful.
Yeah, I understand. I think he's just still kind of like wheezing, and he's like,
might go and look for a drink for him or something, like water.
well, whoever it was, I don't know. But now it is dead, and that is all that matters.
Oh my. Maybe we should disguise you for the rest of the journey.
This nearly is a disguise for me. I have not worn this armor for many a year. I think if this was sent by someone that was bound to my essence, not to my appearance, if this magic is as powerful as you say, imagine that is not beyond the realm of possibility.
Ergonot, maybe it's safer for you to go home.
No. I will not leave Susanna to disappear into the world.
Ergonot. Maybe someone else will know.
I thank you all for your help. I hope this does not deter you from helping me.
Eric will shake his head.
Teak think you sit in back of cart now.
Good idea, Teak.
This is still late as of yet. But it may not be a bad idea to get an early start on the road after what has happened.
Eric will nod. I think the sooner we get to a city, the safer you'll be. Hello?
He just, he's out of it. But he kind of nods. This is just kind of like laying there on the ground.
Teak is gonna try to... Teak is gonna kind of move to try to pick him up and put him into the cart.
Okay. Alright. Through no little effort, you guys don't necessarily pick him up, but you give him enough of a crutch to lean on using his own strength to kind of pull himself up. And, you kind of essentially like drag him over to the cart and push him on up in there.
I think Eric's gonna look at Gustav and them like, one of you guys should take my horse. I think I'll stay in the back with him.
460 pounds, wow, what a big shot. So yeah, you kind of load him into the back of this cart, and as you do, he's just like, "Don't forget to grab my things, if you wouldn't mind."
Of course.
Teak,
Eric will go pick it up.
Teak goes to get his hammer because I don't think Eric could pick that up.
I don't think so either.
Yeah. You can pick up this hammer, Teak, but it's like kind of awkward to hold. It's just so heavy. It's like you're kind of balancing it as you pick it up. But yeah, you load it up in the car with him. What's everybody else doing after this? Like, Cinder, you're real fucked up. Everyone's ignoring the fact that you're real fucked up.
I forgot about that.
Gustav.
I mean, he just saved the day.
Yeah, what's happening?
Ooh. So maybe Teak should take my horse. Gustav and Teak should take the horses.
We're traveling
Well-
already?
Eric will nod.
I need a chance to rest here.
Cinder, you also get in back of cart.
Eric
And
will
then
nod.
Teak is gonna move to pick up Cinder and put him in the back of the cart.
It's okay, Teak.
My
I can
hero.
walk there. Thank you.
Teak
Head to the back of the
awkwardly pats Cinder on the head.
All right. Philia, what are you up to?
Philia's also gonna get into the back of the cart. She's not looking so well.
Oh yeah, she
someone
only
needs
has
to
4
drive it.
HP.
But someone needs to drive the cart, right?
Someone does need to drive the cart.
And I want to take the time to make potions. I'll drive the cart, fine. I'll make my potions later.
No, Philia
Damn.
will drive the cart. Philia's fine. Philia's perfect.
It's gonna look so funny, like a little kid-sized person driving the car. They'll think she's a gnome.
Philia looks horrible.
Damn.
I was drinking water and it went out my nose.
Yeah, Philia is in very rough shape. And
Philia's
like,
saying she's fine, but she's not fine, and she's heading over to drive the cart, and she just falls down.
Okay, Teak. If Philia did fall, Teak is also gonna pick up Philia and put her in the back of the cart.
Philia's gonna be like, "No, I'm fine. I can drive the cart."
How about this? I'll take like 1 or 2 hours to make my stuff, and then after that, we'll swap.
Philia will agree.
Teak, in the meanwhile, I guess, goes to approach the horses.
Hey, you can take my one. What about Lord Wyvernstead's horse? Oh shit.
there's only the 2 horses that you guys had,
Hmm.
and then the 2 horses with the cart.
Okay, that's fine.
Philia,
Yeah.
you're in pretty rough shape, but you do specifically notice, like, in your hand where the ring is, there's a strong kind of pain radiating from the ring. Like, almost to a crippling extent.
Philia's acting like she's fine.
Alright, great.
Willpower check, bitch.
Oh, she already failed her fortitude check, so she's trying to act like she's fine, but she's in terrible pain.
Eric's just gonna look at Celia and be like, she looks like she's dying.
Pretty much.
So I think Teak, in the meanwhile, is like very awkwardly. She wouldn't have interacted with many horses in the past, but you can just see her kind of awkwardly like touching the horses, like petting them. Just
All right.
like,
So you're like awkwardly kind of petting these horses, messing with them, petting them,
They-
whispering to them.
they don't hate it. I mean,
Yeah, they seem to
Do you
like
know how
it.
to ride a horse?
Teak like looks at Eric. Teak never have to ride before.
Oh, right.
Can-
Right.
Can Teak put extra horses on cart and walk beside cart?
Eric will shake his head. You're gonna have to ride the horse, Teak. And then he's gonna point to like where you put your foot in, to like lift yourself onto the horse. The foot goes there, come on.
Okay. Teak climbs onto the horse.
Yeah, you're not doing a bad job. You like managed to get on the horse. It seems like it's calm enough. Your feet in the saddle and everything, and all that. Gustav, you see all these guys like mounting up and like putting people in the cart, but like there's still a whole camp there. Gustav, what are you doing?
I am deconstructing the camp,
All right.
putting it on the cart.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you kind of start tearing down the tents and everything, and like inside Lord Wyvern Spear's tent, there's still like his armor. And you also find, like, tucked away in his tent, there's a book with like a little map from it that looks like it belongs to Eric. You know.
I'll just put it all in the back and sort it out later.
Okay, so you just load it into the cart with them.
Mm-hmm.
Do you like hand the book to anyone, or do you just leave it with Wayne's stuff?
I guess I would give it to Eric since he's already in the back of the cart.
Okay, so you hand the book back to Eric.
Right now. I'm like,
I'll just put it
with
beside
Pete
him
and the
then.
horse. Okay.
All right. So yeah, you know, Cinder and Wayne are like loaded in the back of the cart. Philia, you're driving the cart?
After a short rest.
Okay, so you're in the back of the cart right now too, right?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So yeah, Cinder, Philia, and Wayne are like in the back of the cart. Teek's got one of the horses, Gustav, and Eric's got the carriage. I guess you'll take the other horse, eh? Gustav?
Who? Oh,
You.
I guess I'll try, sure.
You'll try, huh?
Has Gustav never ridden a horse either?
Nope.
I thought you rode the horse already. Oh no, that was Cinder and Eric.
Eric will repeat his tutorial.
Yeah, you don't necessarily have to ride it, but you could walk with it, but that's up to you. I mean, either way, you should probably make an animal handling check.
Cool.
Good luck.
The horse seems to be somewhat unnerved by you, Gustav. You know, you're a big guy in weird armor with a claw hand, and you're all bloody, and you smell bad, and yeah, it seems to be like, you know, you get next to it, and it gets like a little uncomfortable and starts like moving back a little bit from you.
I'm gonna try to use that to my advantage and sort of herd it in the direction that we're going.
Yeah, so you like kind of get behind it and start herding it along.
Yeah.
Alright, so yeah, you kind of like awkwardly herd this horse around. And I think you all kind of set off on the road back towards Cairn. Yeah, you pack up the camp, you take your time, everyone's resting in the back, and we'll take like a 10-minute break there.
Okay, I'm gonna leave my book with you, Wayne.
So you like hand it off to him before you leave?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So yeah, we'll take like a 10-minute break and come back.
Be right back.
Nice music.
Welcome back, Gray.
Thank you. I have ice cream.
Back.
I'm here. And Ray's here.
I'm here too, yeah. Yes, please. I can barely hear you.
I never liked you.
You sounded like a very young boy.
Oh,
you sound a lot clearer now, though.
yeah, I have to stick my mic in my mouth.
Zion entered channel.
Hello? Oh, it's pushed. Huh?
Hello.
Two of me.
Yeah.
Oh, it's because I'm still on my phone.
Hello. I can't hear you guys. Are you saying something?
No, I'm eating ice cream, so I'm keeping myself
Okay.
muted.
Are you
I'm
guys
drinking
got
coffee.
Okay. I finished all my coffee. And then I realized I was drinking coffee at 10 p.m. And that's a mistake. We're gonna play Final Fantasy, Doodah.
Is it fun?
Yeah, man. All of us are playing again. It's the best. Music. You know Magic Mike?
Yeah, I know.
He logged in and gave me like a full 380 gear set.
Why?
High quality. Because he's rich in the game. And I think he just wanted to be in my good book. So he gave me a bunch of stuff.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And I was like, you didn't have to. He was like, no, don't worry, this is nothing for me. And I was like, oh, okay, cool, man.
Weird flex, but okay.
Yeah, it's like,
He's gonna buy mod off of you.
Not in this lifetime, mate.
He's gonna be like, so head mod.
Not in this
do I got
lifetime,
your
mate.
vote?
The only one I would consider is Rachel.
I don't
Oh,
know.
my.
Rachel is a little.
A little
I don't know.
I love her.
Me too.
However, Mark being head mod again, that's a power move.
I'd be for that.
The only reason I wouldn't, because we butt heads the first time, and I can't be bothered to butt heads over there again.
She
I
legit
think
put
we
her.
should. Huh?
Sorry. She legit moved her turtle to the back of her name, so now her turtle mirrors my turtle, and it's not right.
Oh, Rachel's. I forgot that the turtle meme started because I misheard you say eternal. I thought you said a turtle.
And then you're just like, what's wrong with your turtle?
Yeah, she's
'cause
been
you
in
were
the server today.
Yeah, I saw that. Well, you pointed it out and then I saw it.
He's still there. I don't know if I like that. Oh, the music is nice. I hope Wayne's not dying.
What about my hand?
Nobody cares, Bo.
I swear if you kill a Wayne to satisfy that damn ring.
Don't worry, we're going to Cairn, then we can go to the library of Cairn and figure out a way to give me another life source, because this life source kind of is an asshole.
You could just die.
No, I like Velia. Velia's in contention, a contender for my favorite D&D character so far.
No one beats Dakota. We were talking about tying your friends up with BDSM ropes, you know?
Grape and Teak are both great.
I like
Teak's
Teak.
a little bit more developed than Grape though.
Yeah, because you played it longer. Right?
Technically, yeah, now we've had more sessions than we did.
The
How are you
other
learning
game,
D&D? The other game? Hello?
right?
What?
How are you finding D&D? That was a question for you as well, Patrick.
I didn't hear the question, so I just wanted Ray to answer it, and I thought it was just for Ray. What was your question?
How are you finding D&D?
Billy is dying too much, and I have to answer to this dumbass god.
So it's going great.
I love that.
I like it a lot.
We will kill Belia. She is not one of us.
Ophelia is one of us. You gotta.
Also, these dumbass things keeps on nat 20. Why am I getting nat 20 all the time?
It's because you're so frail and small.
Legit, last time I got one shot, and this time I got one shot. Why does Billy get one shot by crit?
This is gonna be awkward once Teak takes her bath, though.
Why?
Well, because race-wise, she's supposed to be, like, hot.
That's okay.
And I just always hoped that the dirt would always cover that, so I never had to address it.
She takes, like, a bath, and she goes from, like, a 1 to a 10, and everyone's like, damn.
Yes, it's like the stupid cheesy romance movies.
No, you know what we're gonna do?
The ones where
The
they
thing
take
is,
their
though-
glasses off and they become a 10.
Yeah, where they take their
You're
glasses off
probably
and put
not
their
seeing
hair
this
down.
type. Gustav is too anxious. Eric's had women problems, and Wayne's already married. You're fine.
It's still awkward. I've never. It's not like Grape Jam was hot. None of my characters. I don't know how to play a hot character.
It's okay, man. We'll still
She
treat you
just-
like the ugly little shit that you are on the
Great.
inside.
She's just, like, all clean, and then, like, everyone in the town just like, ooh, who is she?
And Eric will be walking with you and be like, oh, damn, Tiki still stinks.
But you have to. If Teak doesn't like it, you have to roll in the mud.
Oh, she'll like it.
Oh, I think that's up to Teak.
No, it's not.
I've.
She will be
Just-
significantly boozed up before this experience.
Tika's just gonna be walking through, and, like, all the guys in the city's just like, ooh, hey. She's gonna get so many free drinks at the bar now.
Teek's gonna smell every one of them.
Hey, don't king shame. We don't know what these guys are into.
This is just Eric's big plan to try to pimp Teek out to some royalty.
Of course it is. Just kidding.
Teek just from now on is the seductor of the team.
I could know. That can stay Eric.
Teek just walks up to anybody and just gives them a big sniff. What are you doing?
Eric with the ladies.
Teek's just like, what you do with Teek? Smell.
No, we're just gonna make sure she can survive on her own when the team's gone.
She has been surviving on her own.
She had Destrian.
Well, yeah, but only for like 6 or 5 months before you guys showed up.
He found you as a baby.
No, he found me in the woods as an adult and he almost killed me.
Pretty sure he found you as a baby.
No.
I know. Yeah,
It's her backstory. I think she knows.
Yeah.
No, you're
But
wrong.
also-
I wrote it.
But also, like, Teek, you thought you were just gonna die there when we first attacked you. So, like, when the goblins first attacked you, you were with us.
Yeah, I didn't expect anyone to save me.
My point exactly. So, Teek, you would have been dead anyway if it weren't
Well,
for
well.
us.
You would definitely have been dead.
Twice.
Philia would have been definitely dead like 50 times. But then again, Philia wouldn't have gotten into trouble, okay? She just wants to find a ritual ground and go back home.
Alright, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Visik, we just want to remind you that once Teek takes a bath, her race is very attractive, so she goes from like a 1 with the dirt to like a 10.
Oh, yeah. I kind of forgot about that.
Yeah, it's something
There's a-
that I'm not looking forward to. I always thought the dirt would cover it forever.
Not anymore. You got a tough road ahead of you now.
God.
Is Abel here? Is Fisty here?
Fisty's here. I don't know if Abel's here.
I'm back.
Yay!
Fisty's here?
Yep.
Hey, Cinder did a really good job during that fight.
Yeah! That was a
Cinder-
total hero moment.
Cinder did the first attack and the last attack. There you go.
That 23 initiative really came in handy. The silence says it all. Okay. So yeah, you guys, it's early in the morning at this point, like still dark out. And you guys kind of have snuffed out your fire and cleaned up your camp and gathered yourselves in a cathedral.
It might just be me, but I'm hearing like reverb on you.
Is anyone else hearing reverb?
I hear
Not
the
anymore.
occasional
It
reverb.
was-
Is it gone or is it still going?
It's gone now.
Oh. Okay. Well, you guys suck.
Yeah.
How about that? Okay, great. So yeah, you guys, and now it's back. What is going on here? We're hearing reverb. It's just like an echo. Is that what it is?
Yeah, but it's okay. I can deal with it. But it's just kind of.
Is everyone else hearing this?
Yes, we are.
How about now?
You're good.
Okay, great. Where was I? So yeah, you guys you've packed up your things. It's early in the morning. Maybe, so some might not even consider it morning at this point. It's still dark out. You snuffed out the fire, you packed up your camp, you're on your horses, or in Gustav's case, you are corralling a horse by scaring it down the road. And Philia, Cinder, and Dwayne are into the back of this cart, just kind of bloodied and beaten. And Eric is driving the cart. Cinder, Philia, what are you guys doing? Are you just like trying to fall asleep back there? Or are you doing anything?
Philia's gonna act like there's nothing wrong with her hand.
Great.
Yeah, I think Cinder's just gonna take a few breaths and lean back against the cart and close his eyes.
Alright. Yeah, I mean, I think, like, Wayne's got this book from Eric, and he's kind of, like, perusing through it, but I think he looks over to you at some point, Philia, and he's just like, how are you feeling?
Starting to feel better.
That's good. You took a nasty blow from that creature.
I'm feeling better now. How are you feeling? You took the blunt of it.
No, I may be old, but I'm quite tough. I've been in better shape, but I think I'll be just fine. You're okay. I saw you collapse on the way to the cart.
I don't know what to say, so Philia plays it cool.
Alright, what's your bluff? What are you doing? What are you lying about?
I'm feeling fine, everything's great, worry about yourself.
Wow.
Nothing's wrong with Philia.
So you just tripped then. That's good. Suppose you're fine. Glad to hear it. Poor Cinder, he looks quite weak. He's taken quite a heavy blow himself.
Cinder's strong, he normally gets through it.
Glad to hear it. This happens often then.
We all get into skirmishes sometimes, but we all come out in the end.
Says the one who died twice.
Okay! Let's not be attacking Philia here.
I'm not. You'd be dead if I did. You're flammable and I use bombs.
Okay, stabby, slash.
You're not as powerful as that thing, okay? Don't try it.
Is there anything you're looking to do when you get to Cairn?
I was looking to see if I could visit the library, see if they have any books on sorcery and such.
Sorcery? What kind of sorcery?
First off, currently looking for a ritual grounds within this plane to try transport me back to the Feywild, and after that I kind of want to look for books on alternative life sources.
A ritual ground, you say, to teleport you back to the Feywilds.
Yes. Have you heard of one?
I can't say that I have. Where exactly are the Feywilds?
I can't say its relation to the material plane. Our planes don't really do business or communicate with one another that much anymore. It seemed to be very close. I was able to fall down a well and end up here. I guess I would say at most, if you were to take the Feyways, just a couple of stops.
So you do not jest. You are truly from another world.
Philia's gonna kind of like show the wings, show the bees, talking to Duck. Yeah.
I see. Well, I don't know much about the ways of interplanar travel, but as far as I know, no one has left this realm in centuries. The way has been closed. I fear you returning to your world may not be as easy as you hope it to be.
I'm sure that it's not too impossible. It's normally simple travel from one plane to the other, since we have to do business with some other planes and have diplomatic matters about certain threats. But other than that, I think if they can just form a stable connection, we should be able to go back or forth. I wasn't tethered to the plane before I fell down the well, so I don't know how I'm getting back, but hopefully they'll figure out a way.
You truly don't know much about this world, do you?
Philia's gonna be like, we have some books on the material plane. Not much though, but I think I can get, or at least have a general gist, given how long I've stayed here. The trees don't talk, insects don't respond, vegetation isn't conscious.
Well, I am no scholar, but my wife has a deep knowledge of such things in this world. They say the last time that anyone was able to leave the material plane was when Galarin himself ventured beyond. That is why he has never returned. He's trapped outside. I fear that even if you have faith in yourself, if a god could not come back, you may not be able to leave.
Philia's just going to grab out her writing book that she got for drafting legislation and stuffs for Susanna, and she's just gonna start. She's like, I don't think it's actually that difficult of a task, as she's gonna start sketching out what a ritual grounds is, and then she's just like, the way that we do it is that you grab some of the pollen and nectar from and then insert some sort of magical sounding plant, and then you mix it in with the honey of a queen bee, and then once you do that, you have this royal jelly paste that you can just place down, and it responds to the ritual grounds in such a manner that it creates an opening to another realm. Sure, there's like one or two wizards and sorcerers mediating the magic, but it's possible.
He looks slightly confused, but he's just kind of nods along. I don't know most of the things that you speak of. But have you ever considered that things that may be easily accessible in your realm are not so easily obtained here?
I'm sure if the Feywild can produce such magic, I think we've seen many unlikely things happen within the material plane, and I don't think it's fair to say that they can't happen here.
Well, for your sake, I hope you are correct. I can't say I have much faith, though.
In best case scenario, if the Fungus Queen didn't ruin everything by now, they're surely coming up with a way back in Feywild.
You are important in the Feywild.
Yes, I was the next heir to the throne.
Ah. Royalty, then.
Kind of, but, I currently let my parents deal with those affairs. I personally just try to pass legislation.
If you never deal with those affairs, how do you expect to lead when your time comes?
I hope that I can build a society that one day might be able to lead itself, even after I'm gone.
A bold endeavor, but I like the sound of it. Hopefully you find what you're looking for in Cairn.
Hopefully so, if not one, then hopefully another.
Just kind of nods to you and pulls this kind of book out that Eric had handed to him, and he says, "Well, not to be rude, but I think I will do some reading now."
Enjoy that book. Eric's been carrying around that book for a long while now.
Yeah. Just looks to you and nods and kind of opens it up, and looks like he starts perusing through it. Eric, Teak,
Yeah.
Gustav, how's it going up there? What you guys up to? Chilling? Are you planning?
Chit-chatting?
Are you planning to corral this horse all the way there, or what?
If it continues to work.
Wow. Make me another animal handling check. Okay, not terrible. I think at some point, like, you keep kind of scaring this horse along, and eventually it almost like gets used to it and just kind of gives up on like kind of sprinting away each time. It just kind of starts walking along eventually.
Cool.
But yeah, I mean, it's early in the morning. You guys just chilling?
Teak is like scanning. She's keeping watch on top of her horse.
Okay. You can roll me a perception check. Eyes like a hawk. Yeah, you're on top of your horse. You've got your eyes out, and like every once in a while off in the distance, Teak, you see like a small little plume of smoke and some fire. It looks like it's coming from like some campsites. You know there's lots of people out on this road these days. And eventually, as you guys are riding along, you come upon, it's not even really so much of like a town as it is just like this little outpost on the way to Cairn, and it's early, but they have like a couple sconces lit at like the front of this outpost, and there's just like a couple small buildings around, and it looks like there's a tavern there alongside the road.
Teak is going to point it out, and she's going to turn to Eric, and she's going to say, Do you think they sell things to help friends here?
I guess not.
Huh? I guess
Wow.
not what?
You're such a jackass.
Sorry, say that again?
Well, we're passing by like an outpost with like a couple of buildings, and Teak asks you if you think that they might sell anything that could help our friends in the back.
They might do. I don't know, I just feel unsafe around people. If we go in there and get into trouble, I feel like it's not like I can actually help. We can look for some food.
Teak, go?
No, you can't go alone. I'll come with you, come on.
Teak looks at Gustav.
What do you think, Gustav?
Do you want me to come too then?
Someone needs to stay and watch friends, right?
I don't really want to leave anyone behind. Or split the group.
Teak, go.
Alright, why don't you two go and I'll wait here. Actually, Gustav, you wait here, I'll go with Teak.
Alright.
Who knew walking into an establishment would be so
nerve-wracking.
difficult?
Yeah, so
Teak,
are you guys like parking up outside of this little like
Yeah.
like you're not actually pulling up to the little like outpost, or are you like pulling up to the inn and like hitching up?
We'll pull up to the inn.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, you guys find yourselves in this kind of like little outpost area, and it's like once you get inside, there's like a very small like wooden wall. It's not even really a wall, it's even more of like a fence around this place, and it's like along the road, and there's an inn there, and you can see they have like a stable, and you know, it looks like there's some people around, but like across the street there's like a butcher and some like farms. It's like almost nothing. It's mainly just here for this tavern for like weary travelers. So yeah, you guys pull up upon this place. You can see it's called the 12 Gate. And you know, you get off your horses and your cart and you leave Gustav with everyone else And I think like at the back of the car, you know, you have Cinder like sleeping and Wayne fucking reading, and Philly is probably doing God knows what. I guess sleeping too, maybe.
She's gonna curl up and pretend to, like in the napping position, and just hug Pip.
Sure. Yeah, you're napping in the back, and you guys make your way into this place, and it's still like real early in the morning. It's not even light out yet. There's an old woman behind the bar in this place, and there's like a couple people, and you can see there's some weary travelers. People look like they're pretty beat up, and they're just having a drink in the seats inside of this tavern. And it's like dark and candlelit still at this point. And you know, the lady doesn't look like she's in a spectacular mood. She doesn't really greet you or anything when you enter, but you know, she's standing there. Looks like she's busy like cooking some things and cleaning, just taking care of the place.
Teak, feeling confident that she can interact within a tavern, walks up to the lady.
Yeah, she looks a little busy, but after a moment, she realizes that someone's there. Turns to you. Hi, hello there. What can I do for you?
Hello, Dame Teak. Need things for friends resting. They hurt. Do you have?
Yeah. Your name's Teak, and you have friends that are injured? Is that what you're telling me?
Eric will nod.
Okay. What sort of things are you looking for? I have healing... some, like, healing herbs, you know, soothing. You rub them on, they help with wounds and things like that, you know. Soothing.
Oh, right.
Picked it
How much would that be?
Oh. Goodness. Let's see. How many are you looking for?
How many do you have?
How much for... Teak pauses for a second. 3 friends?
Yeah, she's looking you guys up and down. You know, but she doesn't look like she gets customers too often around here. How about 3 gold for the lot of them?
Teak immediately pulls out. She probably wouldn't count. She maybe pulls out like 5 gold and hands it
Eros
over.
will like put his hand out and stop her. Nice. See the...
Put your hand out and stop her. All right. So you can see, like, as Teak's like putting her hand out, this lady's like quickly going to get them, but you like kind of try and stop Teak.
I'd like to see what I'm buying first.
They're herbs.
Yeah, I just want to see them.
Teak confused.
It's okay, Teak. It's normal. You just check up what you buy.
It's not that normal if it's just herbs, but sure. You see, like, she doesn't really have a back room in this place. It's pretty small, so she, like, goes under a wooden kind of table she has behind the counter and pulls out this sack. And she's like, "Soothing herbs! This is them!"
Can I do a knowledge nature check?
Sure. Looks like a bunch of herbs to you.
Like, does it look like good quality?
I mean, it looks like fucking flowers. I don't know if you can determine good quality from a sack,
right.
But...
He'll nod, like, sure.
Teak hands over. Keep in mind she hasn't... So Teak hands her like 5 gold instead.
Okay, so you hand her 5 gold and she like quickly looks
If
at
Eric
it.
sees the 3 extra 2 gold, he'll pick the 2 extra gold back up.
She's handing it to her. Snake in the grass? No, she's got the 5 gold now. She like quickly kind of pockets it. Sure, thank you.
Teak want to know if food for friends and 3. Then Teak pauses. 6 people. Food.
Food for 6. Sure. 1 gold.
Teak tries her best with her claws to like pick out 1 gold and hand it over.
Eric will pick out 1 gold and give it instead.
Are you stopping Teak from learning?
Because you're giving too much money.
She's kind of like, she's like watching as like Teak tries to get the coin. She's like almost like salivating. She's like excited. She's like waiting to see how much coin she's gonna get from Teak. And then Eric like quickly like grabs a gold coin out of her hand and like gives it to the lady. And she's like, all right, 1 gold. I'll get you some stew.
Thank you.
Here. She like pulls out a bowl and like a little pestle, and she's like, you put a little water in here with that, and you grind up these herbs. You put that on your friend's wounds. It ought to help an awful lot.
Alright. I'll bring it back as soon as I'm done.
And she walks over to this kind of fireplace that she has inside of the tavern, and there's this like big pot. She's got wooden bowls sitting next to it, and she pulls out a bowl at a time and like walks over to you, Teak, and just puts the bowls down on the counter in front of you. Eventually, there's 6 bowls of stew. And then she kind of leans into you, Teak. She's like, anything else I can do for you? I am here to help.
Teak looks at
Do you have any
Eric.
booze?
Booze. I suppose I have some ale.
How much?
How many?
I'm trying to think of like who he's seen drinking a lot. One, two, Cinder, Lord, myself. Tika, you thirsty for this stuff? We'll just get 6.
6 ales.
Make that 7 just in case somebody wants another.
Oh, goodness. 2 gold pieces.
Eric will hand over the 2 gold pieces.
Yes, great. Wonderful. Thank you.
I know we're being ripped off.
Teak is gonna start like finagling the bowls out to her friends.
Hey, make sure you bring those bowls and cups back.
I mean, we paid you so much, we might as well just keep them.
Excuse me, young man?
Nothing. He'll just leave with the stuff now.
That's what I thought, nothing.
Teak just waves. Teak waves with the stew. She's like, Teak seems very pleased, as if she has gotten a great deal.
Yeah, the lady's like very nice to you. She's like waving and smiling. She's like, you have a nice day, dearie.
I love the 6 old woman voices.
I'm here to help. If you need anything else, just come back.
Don't worry, we will.
Oh, yeah, you can stay outside.
Eric will just look at her. Like, Eric will just stand there and look at her, not even say anything. And he won't even smile or frown, he'll just look at her.
Is there something wrong? Did you forget something?
Painful stare. Hypnotic stare.
I think he's just gonna look at her like, and then walk away.
Teak thinks this woman is the nicest woman she's ever met.
As soon as Eric leaves, like, she ripped us off.
She helped. She give us what we need.
For far too much money, Teak.
But we got it.
That's true, but that doesn't mean we should just willingly hand so much over. We have to save it for emergencies.
Teak starts to mutter about how stupid money is.
Eric will laugh. It is, but it's also very useful.
Meanwhile, Teak starts bringing the bowls of stew to the people in the back.
All right, yeah, like you can see that Philia and Cinder are asleep, but like Owain kind of has a book in his hands and he puts it down, and
Like dinner
looks to you.
time.
That is very kind of you. Thank you for the stew.
He'll put 2 of the mugs next to the Uain.
Teak
2 in
also
case you want an extra.
And ale. But this is a fine day.
Teak also, and then Teak pulls out like the bag of herbs. This help. Teak, ladies say it make wounds feel better.
Eric will nod. Here, hand that to me. I'll prepare it.
Teak hands over the herbs.
He'll go find some water and like start mushing it up.
Can Philia make a nature check on these herbs?
You're
You
sleeping.
asleep.
Just kidding.
Just
No, I really woke her up. With
Uh,
my hear ye, dinner time.
Eric's already grinding up these herbs, but
But I'm like half plant. I should be able to know plant.
yeah, once you get your hands on it, yeah, you could take a look at it and see what the mush is. Well, yeah, we'll get there.
Teak also brings stew over to Gustav, who we apparently just passed.
He saw us and came back.
Ignored Gustav, gave the stew to everyone else. Yeah, you see Wayne's like in the back and he's like chowing down on stew. He's like already gone through one of the ales after like just like a couple minutes.
Teak hands Gustav a bowl of stew.
Thanks, Teak.
So yeah, you all sit around, enjoy some stew and some grub, and Eric, I guess, what are you gonna apply this?
I'm gonna apply it and then I'll eat.
Okay. So yeah, like Owain is like still kind of eating as like rubbing this thing on his wounds. Like the first time you like touch one of the wounds, it's like he's like, oh, this quite cold, but soothing nonetheless. Philia, you notice like they're just some like garden variety herbs. They don't have any specific like properties for necessarily healing, but they do have like a slight like a numbing quality to them. So they're like little like pain reliever herbs.
Philia dunks her hand in the herbs.
Yeah, pretty much. Philia just smashes her entire body into the herb bowl. But yeah, like you guys are sitting there. Do you let Eric put this herb mixture on you, Philia and Cinder?
Sure, and Philia will ask to like see some of the paste.
Yeah,
To like inspect it. And by
Yeah.
inspect it, I mean she puts it on her pain like hand that hurts, and she's just like mixing it around, like looking at it in different light, but she's like applying it to her hand.
You're like subtly just trying to find different ways to put it all over your hand. And it's like weird because as you're rubbing around your hand, you notice like most of your hand kind of starts to feel numb, but like right where that ring is, it's just like this weird pain. It's almost like it burns a little bit. Cinder, are you letting Eric put this kind of paste on you?
What's that now?
It's supposed to be cooling or pain something. It's supposed to be good for you.
Oh. Do you not know what plant it is?
Sorry, she just said it would help.
Philia will like, after like applying it to her hand, she'll like put it up to like her nose and like sniff and like swirl it around, and then she's like, I think it has some sort of numbing property. cooling effects, but other than that, it has no innate healing ability.
Oh.
I can use a little bit of pain relief, I suppose.
Well, I hope it helps. If it doesn't, I can get you more ale.
Yeah. Cinder immediately takes off all of his clothes and he's like, I'll rub it upon my body.
Eric does so. It's like they're at the beach and he's like putting suntan lotion on you.
Exactly. Alright, yeah, so you guys like stop, you get some stew, you get your little soothing aloe vera rub.
Teak does not partake in the ale.
Wow.
Cinder downs his ale.
Well, if Cheek doesn't drink the ale, he'll probably give the spare one to Cinder. No, there's 2 spare ones, one for Wayne, and one for Cinder.
Good.
So Wayne has 3 ales?
No, as in like
Oh,
the
I see.
spare one. Oh yeah, just two
Sure.
for each.
Yeah.
Question, Mr. DM.
Yes.
Did we, by chance, get any kind or is there any kind of short rest in this game, or?
Yeah, I would say that you guys could take a short rest, if you'd like. You can roll your hit dice for it.
Okay. What level are we? 2?
2, so you have two hit dice to roll.
A perfectly puts me at
Right.
max.
2d8 plus 4. That almost puts me at full HP.
Wowzers. Alright, yeah, so you guys, you're feeling a bit better. Are you just gonna take off on the road again, or are you guys gonna hang out here for a bit? What's the plan?
Teak.
I think I'm gonna head
Teak is
inside.
gonna-
Is there anything else that the place sells?
No.
I mean, you can ask. We only really got food and drinks for you.
Oh, righto. Does anyone want another round? Gustav?
Ah,
I think we should just keep going, Cinda.
I wouldn't mind another round,
There we go. Righto. Another one for the big fella. Anyone else?
Eric will be like, yeah, I'll take another one.
Perfect. Saunter in, feeling better.
Hey, you saunter in, and this lady's kind of looking out now. It's like she was like kind of hoping that Teak would come back in. Oh. Hey, hello there, Sonny. What can I do for you?
Oh, hello. Name's Cinder. I think you saw some of my friends come in here earlier.
Oh yes. Are they bringing back my cups and bowls?
No. Oh, they didn't say anything about that. I'll remind them on the way out.
Please do.
Can we get another 3 ales, please?
3 more ales, sure.
3 more ales. And, what was that? That herb that you sold?
What was the name of the herb?
Right. Well, can you tell me a little bit about it? What's it do? It seems like it numbs the pain a little bit.
I'll be honest with you, I get it from somebody else. I don't know much about it. I don't have time to pick herbs in my old age, but, as far as they told me, you put a little water in and the mortar and pestle, and you break it up a little bit and rub it on, and it numbs a bit of the pain. I've used it before. It helps for my joint pain. Getting old is tough.
Right. So how much of that stuff do you actually have there?
Quite a bit. Quite a bit of it.
Right. How much did Eric get? As in, like, did Cinder see how much, like, was roughly in the bowl?
It was a pretty good amount. Like a few handfuls of these kind of like crushed up plants.
Handfuls. Okay.
Why?
Oh, he was just thinking if he could get, like, if he could get a whole batch of it and then try to use it to, like, knock somebody out or something. But if it's a few handfuls, it might be a bit.
You might be able to. Oh well, that was
Might
for
be too
3
weak.
people though. You gotta, rub it
that's
on.
True. That's true. How much for double what you sold my friend?
Oh, double. She like kind of looks you over. 5 gold pieces.
5 gold pieces, huh? Let me see here. Alright, think about that. Do you happen to
I'll
have
tell
any-
you what,
have
Sonny. Hold on. Now I'll throw in a sack to carry it in free of charge.
Oh, I'd love a sack. That would be most helpful. That sounds good. Do you, by chance, have any chalk on you?
Chalk, eh? Yeah. Let me look around and see what I have in all of these old bins. It's not too often I get customers coming through here.
Oh, well, it's your lucky day then, because we're here, and we're looking to spend.
That's lovely. I'm glad to hear it. And you see, she starts like rummaging through all of her like supplies and stuff like that. Going through a bunch of different things. Jesus. And eventually she like comes out and she's got like a couple sticks of chalk.
Oh, that's perfect. Okay, the chalk. Let's see here. I'm just trying to think off the top of my head. Okay. I think we got most of everything. I think that'll be it for now.
How many sticks of chalk are you looking to get there?
Oh, I'll take the 2 there.
Great. Alright, well, for everything, I'd say it's 5 gold pieces, 1 silver. That's because I like you there, Sonny.
Oh, well then. Here's 6 gold pieces, because you're such a sweetheart.
My goodness! Why, thank you. That's much appreciated. Someday, maybe I won't have to work behind this counter all day. You know, it really wears out my legs. I'm an old woman. It ain't easy.
Oh, you don't have any other family or anything that kind of watches the shop for you?
Well, I have an assistant who watches sometimes, but he can't be trusted. I think he's skimming some coin off the top, which is probably why I haven't been able to retire yet.
Is that so? So you happen to
I
be
think
around
so.
here? Maybe have a little chat with him.
Oh, he is sleeping at the moment.
Would you like me to have a little talk with him?
Well, never had someone offer such a wonderful service before. Suppose I wouldn't mind it. You think you could get to the bottom of it, huh?
Well, maybe. I mean, it couldn't hurt if you have your suspicions.
Yes. Yeah, you'll find him around back. It's a little shack on the outside of the tavern. His name is Habrick.
Habrick.
Yes. Well, is that all I can do for you?
That'll be fine. And I'll get Eric to bring back the bowls and mugs once we're done.
That would be lovely. If I lose those, I may not have a tavern anymore.
Right you are.
Well,
Oh, I didn't catch
good
your
luck
name.
to you
I'm
there.
sorry.
Oh, my name's Urel. It's a pleasure to meet you in your name.
Oh, Cinder.
Cinder. What a lovely name for a kind young man such as yourself.
Oh, I appreciate that. Not everyone shows me the same form of flattery. You know, being a half-orc and all.
Half-orc, you say? My eyes aren't what they used to be, but you look like a fine feller to me. Some people lack respect for the orcish type, but I say, play to your strengths. Strapping young lad like you must be an adventurer.
Oh, thank you, Uriel. Anyway, I'll be back after I have a little chat with Hadbrick.
That would be great. Don't be too hard on the boy. But, I don't want to see any harm come to him, but, you know, if it's...
Not at all. Just a little scare, huh?
Yeah,
Just give her a smirk and then kind of walk out.
I have high hopes for you, Cinder. I think you'll go places someday. Keep that friend of yours out of here, though.
Yeah, he just kind of like smiles as he leaves. Head back to the guys and well, here you are. Got the ale. One for you there. One for you. And one for Cinder.
Thank you. And you see, like, Dwayne quickly starts chugging down his ale. Some of it drips out onto his beard. Well, shall we be off? Or would you like to stay here for the evening?
I think we should leave.
I
Better go
think
back
you may
down.
be right.
Oh, I don't know about leaving. What do you reckon? There's a nice tavern here. Nice hostess. Maybe we stay the night. One of our tents is already busted up anyway.
How far are we from place?
Still nearly a day's journey.
Maybe it would be a good idea to rest. What do you think, guys?
I am not opposed to it. But
Would be good
the
for you.
sooner we get to Cairn, the better chances we have of finding Susanna.
All right, that's very true. All right, maybe we keep.
But I do understand we're in dire situation here. I am quite wounded myself, as are some of you all.
She trusts trees more than people.
That you do, Deke. But we can't trust what we could be hiding in those trees, Deke. Why don't we just rest here for a short while, not the night, and then head off?
The decision is up to you all.
What about a short rest, guys? Just to catch our breath. An hour or two.
What time of day is it?
Very, very, very early morning. It's still dark out.
Oh. Right.
Maybe stay here until it's light out.
I just really want to leave as soon as possible.
Right, like if we've got most of a day left, if we leave now we might get there before sundown. And I'd rather not spend another night on the road if we can help it.
I like the sound of that.
Well, fair enough. Just one thing I gotta do before we leave, though. Oh, Eric, make sure you take those bowls and cups, mugs back in. To Uriel.
Yeah, of course.
Philia's just gonna be like, I can do that. I think I might want to see if they have one or two things before we leave.
Perfect.
Alright, be careful.
Gustav, you
She
wanna
really
come for a
likes to
walk?
rip people off.
Alright.
Philia's gonna do the thing on herself that makes her look not weird. She's putting on her disguise self thingy thing, so she looks not with wings and stuff.
Alright, yeah. You disguise yourself to look a little bit more human. And kind of balancing these bowls and cups, you make your way back into... Well, I guess you haven't been in. You make your way into the tavern.
I'm gonna work on my extracts and my bombs then.
Okay. So you get into the back of the cart with a wain or something? Alright, start working on your stuff.
Teak shall keep watch.
Alright. Teak keeps an eye out. Philia, you find yourself inside this tavern, and this old woman kind of hears you come in with these bowls and cups, and she says, "Oh, another one. You're friends with the rest of that lot, are you?"
Yes, seems like I am. She's just gonna quickly, try to stumble over with the bowl. Sorry.
It's okay, bring them here, young lady. Just bring him over, I'll take him.
Philia will kind of waddle over and says, I don't really have the vertical advantage as the rest, so excuse my clumsiness with the matter.
It's quite alright, I understand. I've only grown smaller in my own old age, so I'm not exactly vertically inclined myself. She kind of takes these cups and bowls from you. What can I do for you, young lady?
While I'm here, is it possible for me to get a few glass jars and at least a handful of the herbs that you sold the others?
Glass jars and a handful of the herbs. Sure, I can do such a thing. She starts kind of gathering some things. Herbs in the jar. Yeah. How many jars do you need?
I think 2 should be fine.
Great. 2 jars, handful of herbs. All right. You seem to be a nice young lady. 2 gold pieces. We'll call it a day.
Philia will give her 2 gold.
Oh, lovely. Thank you.
Philia, right then and there, is just going to, like, grab, like, the 2 jars and, like, put the medicine so, like, no one else, like, down, like, a pocket so, like, no one else can see that she has it. And, like, just grab the 2 jars. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. If you need anything else, don't be shy.
As she goes on to the crate.
All right, so you're leaving.
Yep.
Yeah. Have a nice day. Keep that one friend of yours out of here.
I'll try my best.
All right, so you make your way back outside. Cinder and Gustav, you guys are going for a little walk. What's crack-a-lackin' over there?
So Gustav, old lady tells me that one of her assistants, Hadbrick, might be skimming off the top.
Like stealing from her.
Aye, that's what she thinks. I'm thinking we go have a little chat with him. You know, maybe scare the bejesus out of him.
But you know where he is?
Yeah, she said he's just round back having a snooze.
I guess it might be good to try to set him right.
With them margins, can you really blame him?
Right, so I'm thinking, what I might do is I might try to sneak into the room first and see if I can find anything out of place. You know, sack of gold or anything that looks like it might be too much gold for one person. And then
Alright.
after that, I'll give you the signal. Wake his ass up. You come storming in. We get all up in his grill.
Alright, what's the signal?
I'll make a loud knock.
Alright.
On the floorboard or on the wall or something.
Hearing loud noise, I'll rush in.
Aye. And I sneak into Hadbrick's room.
All right, roll me a stealth check, homie.
Natural 1. Oh.
Hey, yeah, that's pretty good. 20. So yeah, you kind of like approach. It's this like little shack, and it's pretty. It's pretty basic. It's like a thatch roof, and there's like a little window on the side, and you kind of just crawl in through the side of the window, and you find it's a very small place. There's pretty much just like a bed in there, and like a little table with some like half-eaten bread on it, but it's pretty dark in there. Only the moonlight is kind of illuminating everything in there at this point. And there's their guy in there. Sleep doesn't look too old. He's probably like mid-teens, like 15, 16, somewhere around that age, and he's in like these kind of raggedy clothes, and looks like pretty dirty. He was just in there like snoring, snoozing away.
Try to look around for any just a quick look to see if I can find any like loose floorboards or something where he might be hiding something. Little pocket
All right,
thing.
so you're trying to be stealthily. You're trying to stealthily like sift through his stuff, floorboards, huh? Eh?
Well, yeah, just stealthily kind of look around.
I'll tell you, I'm gonna add investigation back into this game because I like that ability. Let me see. What do we got here? What do we got for abilities? You're just essentially
Escape
just
artist?
looking through everything. Escape artist? What the fuck are you talking about? Get the hell out of here!
It's a +9, dog. Come on.
Make a linguistics check.
You sick of all this perception bullshit in this game.
Knowledge geography.
Perception, then sleight of hand.
Reflex saving throw.
Use magic device.
What about disabled device?
Knowledge
Nope.
local.
Alright, I'll just have you make a perception check. Alright, not bad. So, yeah, you're like looking around this guy's place, sifting through his stuff. He has like a little like chest with some clothes and other things in it. But eventually you find there's like a loose floorboard on the floor. And you kind of pry it up a little bit. And it looks like it's already pretty loose. Doesn't take much force. Inside you see a little pouch.
I take a quick skiz. How much is in there? Or can I even determine how much is in there? Or what's in there?
There's a little pouch. It's got 8 gold pieces in it and a necklace. It looks like the necklace has like a little bit of a turquoise gem in it.
Alright. I continue sneaking over to Mr. Hadbrick, and I take out my
Elven blade.
blade.
Alright, yeah, this guy's just sleeping there completely unawares.
He's
And
like
you-
16. What are you doing?
You draw your elven greatsword. What do you do?
I'm swinging it at the wall just above his head.
Okay. So you swing your elven greatsword at the wall above his head and just like shing, and it's just like into the wall, and he immediately like kind of startled, is like pushing back. He's like pushing back on his bed. Like, oh, whoa, 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 whoa! Look, don't hurt me. I didn't do anything. What you want? You can have anything you want, just don't hurt me.
Where's the
We
gold?
don't want.
What gold?
Gold you've been stealing from your employer.
I ain't been stealing nothing.
Is he lying to me?
Make me a sense motive check, or whatever the fuck it is in this. It's hard to tell. I mean, he looks legitimately scared, so it's really hard to read if he's lying or not.
I know, Cinder.
You listen here, you little ankle biter. You're gonna tell me where the gold is. You understand? Otherwise, you're gonna lose your head.
What?
Alright, make me an intimidation check. Wow. He's like, alright, you can have everything. Just, it's under the floorboard there. Just take it, just leave me alone.
So he was stealing.
Look, wasn't exactly stealing. Alright? She makes so much money off people who come through here. She barely pays me enough to eat. So, every once in a while when I sold things, I took a couple copper here and there. Just to survive, you know. She has me trapped here in the middle of nowhere. Thought maybe one day, save up enough money. Maybe go to a real place, get a real job.
Well, that's not what she tells me.
I know, Cindy, this guy's starting to win me over.
What?
I mean, we're going to Cairn, right? Why don't we just give him a lift?
Would you do
A
that?
lift. What about the old lady?
Would
She's
you
trying to
please?
retire here,
Please,
you know.
take me! Take me with you!
Well, hang on.
Retire? She don't need to retire, she's making more money than most people in the large cities out here. She charges whatever she wants for things.
Yeah, but she doesn't get many customers.
Are you kidding me? People coming from Farhelm to Cairn all the time. Farhelm is the major city that everyone travels through. This road is one of the busiest roads in Cairn.
I mean, he's making a lot of sense.
Well, not really. Hang on. If that was the case, then why didn't you leave a long time ago? Why you have to wait for us to come in here and threaten to slaughter you?
Look, I tried leaving. She's a nasty one.
Oh, she's nasty, alright. I'm sure she is. She's nasty with her bloody niceties is what she is.
Hey, I've known her a while. You know? I ended up here when I was a kid. And I tell you, don't be fooled by her old age. Just 'cause she's old now, she plays that to her advantage. She didn't used to be so sweet. Don't let her old age fool you. She practically took me when I was a kid. Made me work here ever since.
Well, to me it sounds like she took a kid in distress, needed some help, gave you a job, put a roof over your head.
Yeah, and that's part of the reason I always stay here. She did help me. But just 'cause she helped me that one time doesn't mean she owns me. I need to leave this place.
Doesn't mean she owns you, but it also doesn't mean that you should be stealing from the hand that feeds you.
As I've said, she makes way more money than she needs. And she barely gives me enough to survive and food. Alright? I'm just trying to get by. Same as yous, same as everyone else.
What's this necklace about here then? I'm gonna pull it out of the bag.
He kind of looks down, looks away from it. So you already took my things.
We're asking the questions around here. You tell me
So
what this
you's
is
calling
for.
me a thief, you come in here and you take my stuff. And you call me a thief?
Well, yeah. That was the whole reason
I
we came
ain't
in
stealing
here.
like that. You taking from me. I can barely afford to fucking eat food.
Alright. Well, tell us what this is about then. Where'd you get this necklace from?
You wanna know what my necklace is? It's my mother's necklace. Only thing I have left of her. It's my most precious possession.
I grab it from Cinder. I give it to the kid.
Thank you, sir. He's very kind. I
We're
appreciate
taking
it. You really mean it? He's gonna take me with you. She knows she won't let me go without a fight.
I'll talk to her.
Hey, just don't hurt her or anything. She's not the best person around, but she don't deserve to die.
I'm not gonna hurt her. Just
Alright.
gonna tell her what's happening.
Alright.
Got a name.
What you gonna do in Karen anyway?
I'll do whatever I have to do. I need to live my life. I can't be trapped here. My name's Habrak. What's your name?
Gustav.
Oh, thank you, Gustav. I'm a kind man. I won't forget this anytime soon.
We got a car out front. Eric's the dark-haired one. I'll make sure you're alright. I'm gonna go talk to the woman.
Alright, well thank you. Appreciate it.
And I leave.
Alright, so you walk out. Cinder, what are you doing?
I'm looking at him directly in the eye as I pull the blade from the wall. You remember this day, Sonny. You remember this day.
I will. Don't think I forget it. You know, you may be threatening me, but you done nicely for me. I won't forget it.
We're good. And don't go skimming off any of us here. Otherwise I won't miss the next shot.
I ain't a skimmer by choice. Alright? Did what I had to do to survive. I'm sure you've done the same, seeing as you took my coin push there.
I just throw him the bag of coin.
Kind of looks at it for a second. You ain't gonna keep it.
What the hell am I gonna do with that? It's barely
That's
anything in it.
That's 5 gold right there.
5? I believe you're mistaken. There's 8.
Oh, yes, you're right. There is 8. That's 8 gold pieces right there. That's a lot of coin. That's more than I made Sears in 5 years.
What you talking about? That's your coin, is it not?
Yeah, the only reason I have that much coin is because I skimmed off the top.
It's alright. You take that. Head around front to the cot. You'll see a group there. Just ask for Eric. Tell him Cinda sent you.
Alright.
Get
Well,
your things. We're getting out of here soon.
alright, I'll hurry. Yeah.
I catch up to Gustav.
Thank you.
On the way.
Alright, so you kind of like jog out of there and meet up with Gustav like just before he's getting back to the tavern.
Yeah.
What are you guys gonna like fucking Pulp Fiction this thing? Where you like just gonna bust in the front door together or what? Like what's going on here?
Like, I'm not gonna bust him, I'm just gonna enter.
Nobody fucking move!
Yeah.
Alright. So you guys are like moving in and everyone else you kinda see like you kinda see Cinder and Gustav moving at like a kind of quicker pace, and they bust in through the front door. Like they don't bust in, but they like abruptly walk through the front door of the tavern, and like moments later, this kid kind of rushes up to you guys, and he's got like a little sack, on his like slung over his shoulder, and he looks kind of like dirty and beat up. He's pretty young, dark hair. Kind of, he's got like some like little patches of facial hair that have like started growing in, but they're like barely anything. And he's all like dirty and in kind of raggedy clothes. And he looks to you all and he's like, "Is one of you all's named Eric?"
Eric will look over and be like, "Yep, that's me. Can I help you?"
Yes, your friends, Gustav and the other guy, I don't remember if I caught his name, said's talk to yous about maybe going with yous all to Cairn.
You want to go to Cairn?
Yeah, they even saw you talking to your rail right now.
Oh,
Said I could catch a ride with yous to Cairn.
can I do sense motives on him?
Yeah. Seems like a desperate kid trying to go to Cairn.
Well, alright.
Is going to walk up to him and smell him and check him out.
He looks like a little scared. He's like,
Billy's gonna like quickly come over and be like, "Don't mind her."
"You ain't gonna rob me like the half orc, is you?"
Do I look like a thief?
Billy is just gonna be like, "What did Cinder do?"
Well,
Cinder does what Cinder's gotta do.
came into my hut back then and took my coin, but he gave it back.
He meant he sneak in?
Yeah, he snuck into my place, took my coin.
Eric will laugh like, well, he sent you to us, didn't he? It's fine. Just, sit on the front for now.
Alright, so is she gonna do anything to me? What's going on here?
Oh no, that's just a habit of hers. Don't worry about her.
She's grown up within the woods. She's used to tracking things by scent and knowing people by scent. Don't worry about it.
I see.
Just stay here with us for a while. We'll probably just wait for Cinder and Gustav before we leave.
Alright, my name's Habrook, by the way.
Habrook. Eric,
So-
nice to meet you.
Eric, nice to meet you.
This is Philia. He'll point to Philia. This is
Celia, Teak, it's a pleasure to meet you all.
He's gonna stare at Wayne, and he's gonna think of maybe like a different name. He's like, "This is Sir. Just call him Sir."
Yeah, Owain kind of like looks confused for a second. He's like, "Yes, sir, will be good. It's nice to meet you." And you can see Haberk is like a little like intimidated just by Owain's voice. And he's like, "Yeah, nice to meet you."
I was gonna be like, "Don't mind them. They're less intimidating than they look." And Philia's gonna be asked like, "Do you mind?" As she's just gonna like cast prestidigitation a few times to like clean them up, clean up like the scruff. And it's like,
You know his magic. That's pretty cool.
Eric's just gonna laugh. I wonder how many times you'd have to do that on Teak to fully clean her.
that's why we're going to take baths.
Teak hisses.
Oh,
Eric's
hey,
just gonna laugh like, "I'm only joking, Teak. Come on."
everything all right? She okay?
Yeah, she's perfectly fine. Come on, sit inside.
All right, yeah. He like grabs the seat. Meanwhile, Gustav and Cinder, you guys bust into the front door, and the old lady's there, and she like sees you, Cinder, and she's like, "Oh, you're back so soon. How did things go there, young'un? Looks like you got the job done. That little bastard stealing from me."
Aye, he was. That thieving little runt.
I knew it.
Uriel, did you get your cutlery and stuff back?
I sure did.
Oh,
Thank
good.
you.
Very good. There's been a little bit of turn of events. Oh, by the way, here. That's everything the little lad took from you. Give her 8 gold.
Huh. 8 gold pieces? That little bastard. Robbing me blind. I could have retired by now if I had gold like this.
Aye. Well, seeing as though we're heading to Cairn, he decided he actually doesn't want to work for you anymore because he says you don't pay him enough.
Excuse me. What do you mean? Like, what do what?
Well, that's what he's told us anyway. You don't
That's
blame him.
not his choice to make. Don't you worry about him and what he says. I'll take care of him. You just make sure that he knows not to steal from me again, and you leave him back there, and I'll take care of the rest.
Well, I'm afraid he's already made up his mind.
Well, I'm afraid what decision he's made doesn't matter.
Stuff.
What?
I mean, you can think that, and that's fine. But he's coming with us. And that's that.
I need help around here. You can't take him. His services are required. How am I supposed to run a place like this all by myself? I'm just an old woman. And now you're gonna rob me? After everything I did to help you folk, you're gonna take the only person left to help me?
Didn't you say you could retire if you had money like that?
If I had more money like that, I need his help.
Looks like you'll have to find someone else.
There's no one else. I'm afraid that's not good enough. If you want him, you'll have to pay me for services lost.
And what's that?
What's that, eh? Just kind of squints for like a second. His services are invaluable. 50 gold pieces.
I take out my bag of over 500 gold, and I take out like a few handfuls until it's around 50, and then I leave.
Pleasure doing business with you, young man. I suppose I'll see you around soon. Are you sure you don't need anything else before you leave?
I just keep walking.
It'll take a couple of days.
Couple of ale, eh?
Oh, actually, you got any spirits?
I may.
Here, fill
What
this
are
up.
you looking for?
Flask.
Oh. She pulls out a bottle of this kind of clear liquid. Almost looks like water, but once you give it a smell, it sure isn't. And she fills up the flask. 10 gold pieces. Hey, I saw your friend's coin pouch. I'm sure you can afford it.
Unfortunately,
Gustav's probably come out at this point.
Unfortunately,
Yeah,
that's
Gustav's probably outside.
Coin purse, not mine. So, here you go. City rates. And I give her 2 gold pieces.
2 gold pieces? This will not do! 5 gold pieces.
No.
No.
This is more than enough.
They'll know your name. Cinder. I'll tell them what you look like, and they'll be waiting for you at Cairn. Don't you cross me. I did you enough of a favor giving you that
Kill
boy
her.
for 50
Kill
gold
her.
pieces.
Delia kind of walks in being like, Cinder, we're planning on leaving soon.
Alright, be right
What
there.
is this meta game?
They're taking too long,
Bullshit!
and Philia wants a piece of this woman.
Well, what's it gonna be?
Kill her.
Alright then. And I take out another 3.
She gets this kind of smile over her face. Pleasure doing business with you.
Give her a nod.
She just stares at you.
I take a big swig of that, whatever it was that she gave me.
Poison.
It's it's like nearly moonshine. It's like drinking rubbing alcohol. Like
It's like Everclear.
yeah, it's potent as hell. It does not taste good at all, but it is strong stuff.
Alright. Used to get this for 3 copper back home, but alright. Doing business with you, sweetheart. I'll see you next time.
I'll be seeing you. And she looks over to copy that. She looks over to Philia and she's like, have a nice day, young lady.
Yeah. Come on, Philia.
Philia sees this exchange,
Let's
and
go.
she's just gonna do that as she
Metagaming?
walks out of the door. And we go to Karen!
All right.
That's metagaming, bitch!
So you stare her down and then walk out of the tavern with old Cinder there. And I guess we're close enough on time that we'll say that you guys make it back into your cart with a new passenger, old Haberk there, and continue on your way to Cairn, and that's where we'll end today's session.
With your new squire, Gustav.
Nothing.
You piece of shit.